My name is James Rowlands. In 2015, I teamed up with my friend Dan White to create the WNR podcast. Since then, we have been giving you everything that's happened on the WWE Network. Now, in 2018, not only are we live for the Big Four events in every NXT Takeover, but we celebrate 20 years since the birth of the Attitude Era. Plus, every month we'll bring you 205 Live, collections, new content, W pay-per-views and latest news on the WWE Network. Until we've watched everything, we are with you, and we are the WNR. Yes, hello, I am James Rowlands, and as always I'm joined by
Dan White.
And today it's the WNR151. So this is our 5th podcast in 9 days. And before we get to the live weekend, we are going to do what we do the best. The WWE Network review for April.
Yes, every month we review the latest content on the WWE Network, including collections, new programmes, 205 Live, news and NXT update. But first, it's James and his alternate intro.
Well, you're going to help me out with this one, Dan, because this one is a fantastic one. Now, we're doing 7 podcasts in 9 days, so we are going to do the end scene from 7. Anybody ever seen it? If they're not sure, spoiler alerts for anybody out there, but it is fantastic. Of course, the 7 deadly scenes. Now, there's a couple of people in this scene here. Dan, you will be playing the role of John Dole, playing the role of Somerset, which is Morgan Freeman in the film. Don't do your Morgan Freeman accent, but I want them changed a little bit. Kevin Spacey is John Doe, and of course Morgan Freeman Somerset. I will play Mills, aka Brad Pitt, and I'll do all the stage directions as well, shall we say. So exit, Marshlands, Industrial Road, early evening. Somerset pulls his switchblade, clicks it open, he cuts across the top of the box, cuts quickly. He pulls the box open, pulls out some bubble wrap inside.
There's blood.
Exit Marshlands, early evening.
You've made quite a life for yourself, Detective. You should be very proud.
Shut the fuck up, you piece of shit. Exit Marshlands, Industrial Road, early evening. Somerset stumbles backwards away from the open box. He is white as a sheet, eyes filled with numb fear. He looks to Mills, who has a gun on Dole.
California, stay away from here. Stay out. Don't come in here. Whatever it is, stay away. John Doe has the upper hand, Mills.
Exit Marshlands, early evening. What?
I wish I could have lived like you.
Shut up. The fuck you talking about?
Do you hear me, Detective? I'm trying to tell you how much I admire you and your pretty wife.
What?
Tracy.
What you fucking say? Mill freezes, turns, Doe smiles, Somerset is close.
It's disturbing how easily a member of the press can purchase information from the man in your precinct.
Somerset starts running towards Mill.
Throw your gun down! I visited your home this morning after you had left.
Mills is filled with an aching terror.
I tried to play husband. I tried to taste the life of a simple man.
Somerset is 50 yards away and closing.
Throw it away! It didn't work out, so I took a souvenir. Her pretty head. Mills!
Mills raises his gun in the air.
No, give me the gun.
What's going on over there? Somerset throws his own weapon away.
Put the gun down.
Show me the box. What's in the box?
Because I envy your normal life. Put the gun down, David. It seems that envy is my sin.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
I just told you.
You lied. You're a fucking liar. Shut up.
It's what he wants. He wants you to shoot him.
No, you tell me that's not true. That's not true.
Become vengeance, David.
She's alright, you tell me.
Become wrath.
Tell me she's alright.
If you murder a suspect, David...
No!
She begged for her life, Detective. She begged for her life. And for the life of the baby inside her.
Somerset slaps John Doe across the face.
Shut up!
Mill's face fills with confusion, then a wave of horror. Doe's eyes register shock.
He didn't know.
The guns a few times, sobbing.
Give me the gun, David.
Mills turns the gun on John Doe.
David, if you kill him, he will win.
Oh, God! Oh, God! An image of Tracy flashes briefly across the scene. John Doe closes his eyes. Mills pulls the triggers once and then empties his clip on the body. And that is from 7, when Kevin Spacey chopped off Brad Pitt's wife's head and put it in a box. the 7 deadly sins, much like the 7 podcast in 9 days here on the WNR podcast. We move on from that and we're going to start with network collections.
Yes, the first one up is WrestleMania Theatre. And you relive some of the greatest WrestleMania matches of the modern era with stunning, never-before-seen footage. Immerse yourself and take a front row seat for Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan's Yeselmania, John Cena versus The Rock, and more. It's WrestleMania like you've never experienced before.
Yeah, I mean, other matches include like Undertaker versus Edge at WrestleMania 24, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26. Anything else there that catches your eye, Dan?
The Intercontinental ladder match.
So, I mean, there's lots of stuff there on the WWE Network just on that collection. Next one, Andre the Giant. Breaking down barriers and fascinating millions, Andre truly encapsulated what it meant to be a giant. And now, the larger-than-life legend has a collection to match his massive stature. With the biggest collection in WWE Network history, you can relive the one-of-a-kind career of the 8th wonder of the world as he battles the likes of Big John Studd, Jake the Snake Roberts and Randy Macho Man Savage, and entertains the masses with hilarious antics and revealing interviews. Also relive the spectacle of Andre challenging Hulk Hogan for the WWE Championship in front of a record audience of 93,173 at WrestleMania 3. Check out this colossal collection worthy of WWE's original Hall of Famer.
And there is so many matches that he's been in. Obviously, we're not going to go through them all, but it looks like a great collection. Definitely worth having a look through and reliving some of the greatest moments in Andre's career.
Well, the thing is about this, isn't it, is that it's the biggest collection WWE have released. Because also there's an HBO at Andre the Giant, so he's coming back into vogue now as well. But it's good for anybody that's never really seen him to go back and have a look. Like you said, Dan, there is hundreds of matches there to watch. Next one.
Up next, we've got the worldwide sensation Finn Balor. And it's captivating the WWE Universe from the moment he burst through the curtain at NXT. Finn Balor has proven that his star is on the rise. The magnetic Balor connects with audiences and mesmerises opponents, especially when in a demon. Relive the Irish-born superstar, capturing championships as well as breakout performances against the likes of Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Your search for the Balor Club ends here with the coup de grace of collections.
Yeah, and I know people are huge fans of Finn Balor. And what's weird as well is that maybe he's not in a most prominent position, but it seems that the collections and stuff that have kind of gone for the hardcore route, haven't they? You know what I mean? There's a lot of Finn Balor fans out there already watch the network and can sit down and enjoy that now. Just pick out a couple of Finn Balor matches that we've seen over the past couple of years, Dan, that you would suggest people to watch on that one.
Well, we saw, the ladder match against Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship when he went one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura in NXT. His recent matches against Roman Reigns as well. He had a very athletic, good match against him as well.
Well, we move on, and after recent WWE Thunder additions to the W Network, another round of major WWE content will be added soon. WCW Saturday Night. Now, I've had reports that a large amount of WWE Saturday Night episodes will be added on Monday, April 2nd. The episodes will begin in 92 and be added in a separate section away from the W section. It's believed that there could be 100 hours worth of content or more, which could bring the show into 1994. And so that was something I did about a week ago, and now on new network collections, Dan.
It's WCW New Classic Content, Saturday Night WCW. And WCW Saturday Night makes its WWE Network debut, featuring more than 50 hours of classic action from the WCW's flagship show of the time. You'll see the best of Ricky Steamboat, stunning Steve Austin, the Steiner Brothers, Cactus Jack, Rick Rude, and more. Enjoy a small taste of the latest offering with this new classic content collection featuring 10 memorable episodes recorded at the famed Staples Center in Atlanta.
I'm so excited about this. This is one of my network wishes for the new year with WWE Saturday Night and Thunder. We've really done that. If they add old WWF Superstars episode to this now, then my list will be complete. This is what we need, the old content. Saturday Nitro of its day. Throughout the early 90s, that's how WCW sold most of their product. And you can look at the difference in roster as well. Most of the guys you just mentioned there, stunning Steve Austin, Cactus Jack, will go on to have success in the WWF later on as well. So it's amazing to see that turnaround. And I'm really, really pleased about it. And coming in May, Dan?
Coming in May, we've got the Corporate Stooges, Patterson and Briscoe, and Mickey James collection as well.
So there we have it for this month. Really strong collections. obviously, you know, with WrestleMania there, they could have put anything down. There's lots of WrestleMania Rewind stuff on the original programs, and of course every single WrestleMania available on the pay-per-views. I mean, I'll be watching WrestleMania 15, and I'm just about to watch 19 as well, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We all do that. But new content now on the WWE Network, and the 12th of March, it was a Jim Cornette photo shoot. It was a Jim Cornette photo shoot, and Dan, tell me all about it.
Yeah, it was Jim Cornette, you know, being his classic, coming out with some... It was Jim Cornette with some classic photos from his career from early on when he started, saying, talking about how he got his tennis racket. You know, most people had a gimmick going on with them, and he wanted to be like a mama's boy and like a posh mama's boy, so to speak.
Yeah.
And he was going into an arena, and the arena was, I don't know, it was a bit hostile towards him. So he said, you know, he wanted something that he could beat potential like people coming at him, because back in that day, you know, people would attack you for being a heel manager and heel wrestlers.
Yeah.
And and you know, he's had some personalised rhinestone covers for his tennis racket as well. When he was commentating and him and Jerry the King Lawler, it was great between the two of them. You know, Vince McMahon was the more serious one, and Jim Cornette and Jerry Lawler, they're both the kings of one-liners. And there's they showed a little clip of them shaking hands over Vince McMahon, and then like they went back across Vince McMahon's chest, and he was just looking disgusted towards them as he does. You know, moments from when he was managing, he said he looked up to Bobby the Brain Heenan because he was the true number one manager of all time, and I don't think we can disagree with him on that.
No.
He was also, you know, great at his one-liners. They have the Revival as well, and he said he absolutely loves the Revival. He he completely backs them. That may be why he's they've not been given a push. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. You know, the interesting thing about Jim Cornette is, like I said, the amount of history managing Yokozuna way back at WrestleMania, 9 and 10, wasn't it?
Mr. Fuji was there.
Mr. Fuji was there, and Cornette came along as like an English-speaking manager, and even he feuded with Shawn Michaels when he didn't feud. Obviously, he had the Bulldog there feuding with Michaels during his early title reign, and even into the Attitude Era with Cornette. On the commentary for Raw, like we've seen, and also even in the NWA stuff, you know, the kind of old school that he's trying to do. So that's why he's found the Revival for, you know, and things like this. And he's always been very opinionited.
Most definitely.
He will always tell you what he's thinking, right or wrong. You know?
Well, there was a picture came up of Vince Russo, and he went pass, and he didn't say anything else more on it. He said pass, and they quickly carried on to a different picture. You know, that's going back to their heat they've got between each other.
Yes.
You know, he's been tombstoned by The Undertaker. He's received, you know, many devastating finishes from different wrestlers. And then he went on to talk about the gimmick battle royal that he was in, and like he had agreed backstage with Brother Love that, you know, we're just going to go in a corner and spud each other, you know, like just work away at each other. And he was due to be eliminated by Hillbilly Jim. And he said, look, Hillbilly, just, you know, take it easy when eliminating me, you know, I don't want anything painful. And he described getting eliminated by, what's his name?
Jim.
Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah.
As being thrown into bed. Gently,
nice.
You know, and he eliminated him nicely. And yeah, that was a lot of fun.
True. We'll get on to the other photo shoot in a second, but up next it is WWE 24 Series Empowered. So it's Monday 19th of March, and we are in
Philly!
Yeah. And Steph is talking about the women's revolution, making history again.
Triple H says, 10 years ago, a women's match, main event in the Rumble. You're joking.
Yeah, and he's true about it, you know. We see Bliss as a talking head, leave it. And we are 24 hours before the Rumble, and the women arrive. And I found this so fucking interesting. I love the W24 series because we can see the kind of backstage antics of Bliss, you know. But if you look at it, I can't believe they're showing it. So we see the women arriving. Beth, Michelle, Molly, Trish, Tori Wilson, Pat Patterson there. Basically what they're doing 24 hours before, they're running through the Royal Rumble match. I would fucking love to be in a room like this. They're running through the whole match, the spots, what each other's got to do before they do it the next day. Dana, listen, ask Dana, she couldn't believe she was in the same room with them, let alone going to be in the same match tomorrow night. She's looking at Trish, she's going, oh my God, Trish Stratus there. There's Molly Holly. And it's just, look at them all. Finley there, all around the table, just going to discuss it.
I'll be going around sniffing the seats.
I'd just be going around there I can't believe what's going on. They talk about spots finish, trying to sort them all out. Everybody get in line, to train the women for the past, well, I would say 15 years in WWE. And now it's a meeting. VP Talent Relations, Mark Carano. And you can see the reaction when they're told they're closing the show as well. There are excitement there. Yeah, I mean, they're so happy that they finally had the first ever Hell in a Cell match. Like I say, everybody was pleased by that. And then we see Carmella. Oh, yes, I had to go out for some reason. Carmella wearing a lot of makeup. Kelly and Lynch not. I think they're naturally beautiful. Because if you look at the state of... we'll see Carmella's face. I'm just going to play it for a second there. I'll just be like, look, it's a lot of makeup. Like Liv Morgan now, I'm like, yeah, that's a fair bit of makeup. These three, they're not really wearing anything. Yeah. Deville's got a lot on. Banks hasn't. She's got her glasses. Sarah Logan becomes a star for me in this one, bless her. Vicky Guerrero is.
She needed it.
Right there wasn't there. That's Tori Wilson. Look how fucking... Look at this! That is, for me, it's too much makeup, Dan.
Where?
You know what I mean? Am I being unfair there with Carmella?
Is she talking after that, though? Or, look, because there's Carmella, and she doesn't look like she's wearing much makeup there at all when she was coming out.
Carmella, yeah. This is why we talk about Carmella, because about the first women's Money in the Bank match. And she talks about it being the first woman to win and how important it is to her. We see highlights of the match, and we don't see Ellsworth involved. They cut to the crowd, and then the next shot is Carmella holding Money in the Bank.
That is just silly.
That's just WWE for you.
Yeah.
And then the woman in Abu Dhabi.
Well, let's not forget, Steph is the face of the revolution.
She shows up every couple of minutes just to prove.
It's just like Irish saying, "We are the Flash." It's no, you're fucking not. Yeah. You're a news reporter. Fuck off.
Steph says that this is hope chant in a crowd in Abu Dhabi. It's chanted by about 5 people, but hey, she says WWE are changing, can't believe her. And then we get the past, present, and future. It's quite a nice moment because we celebrate the legends of the business.
Sherry Martel, Wendy Richter, Cyndi Lauper.
Yep. Alundra Blaze and Luna, even though they don't credit her.
Sable with a Sable bomb.
And of course, yeah, the 9th wonder of the world, China. The first ever and only woman to hold the Intercontinental Championship. And of course, Lita in the Attitude Era as well with the Harley Boys Team Extreme.
Lita didn't get asked to go to the Rumble, though, did she? Oh, yes, she did. She done that really god-awful fucking shooting star, didn't she?
And we see Trish Stratus as well, probably the most well-known woman in WWE of all time.
Yeah, they don't show what happens after this, though, do they?
No. They see Beth Phoenix there, eliminating Great Khali in the Royal Rumble. Michelle McCall winning the first NXT title, Women's Championship. And of course, become
Iron Man match.
Divas Champion, NXT, and then Charlotte.
No Bliss. What a bunch of cunts.
And no Oscar. So after the Legends, the Mae Young Classic, and Logan on the Mae Young Classic now, she of course is on SmackDown. And then we see a bit of Mae Young and talk about her and what a legend she is.
Then we look at the Mae Young Classic. Yeah, we see highlights of the Mae Young Classic tournament and Sane beating Shayna Baszler.
Well, I don't know why you have to bring that up for, Dan. You know what I mean? Like, Baz was dominant in NXT, so, you know. But anyway, after that, it's 15 minutes. And look at Kairi Sane's reaction here. This is beautiful as well by her, because she won the Mae Young Classic, and then she's going into the big meeting of the women who are discussing what they're going to do at the Rumble tomorrow. And look at Sane's genuine reaction. Oh, bless you, Sarah Logan. She's so happy. Oh, bless Kairi Sane. So a lovely...
When I wrestled at 32, when John Cena proposed to me because I'm a little skank.
But a lovely moment there for Kairi Sane, isn't it? You know, you can see how happy she is to be involved.
Phyllis just got eliminated from the Rumble.
It's a great moment for Kairi Sane, though, and see how much the Royal Rumble actually means to you know?
Most definitely, yeah.
So the day of the Rumble, and they all arrive to the arena, and we get our first look at Oscar.
Yes, and then now we get the full Oscar profile.
Well, Triple H... It was all down to him signing Oscar, that's what he says. He said he saw her, he signed her, and Oscar was a foundation. They took all the women from NXT, he said, leave Oscar for me. This is good, though. Look how miserable Oscar looks here. And then she kind of switches it up.
She's got a face paint on already, though.
But then she's kind of in character here as well. What do you think of that for Oscar?
Yeah, you know, it is a good bit of banter for Oscar, you know. It's documented that her English not good.
No, it's not great. And maybe she's in a little bit of character there, but I mean, I absolutely love Oscar. Like I say, full profile afterwards. There is no more dominant in the WWE than Oscar is, and I don't care. Anybody that's not on the Oscar train, jump on board here. It is fucking awesome. And then we get a profile of the NXT women.
Well, Bliss never had a title or takeover match in NXT.
That is amazing to think when you think about her success after that, you know. Then we see Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. And they both started on Tough Enough in 2015.
And they've been best friends since day one. They lived together and then they joined Paige, who was a judge on that show.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? But, well, Paige didn't, so we move on. And their first pay was the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match.
Yes. And then Steph again greeting every woman and she says how great she is.
Yes. And Logan comes across as really well. The joke with Steph, basically, as Stephanie's greeting everybody, Sarah Logan walks in and Stephanie just grabs her and goes, "You're part of history tonight, go out there and be special." And Sarah Logan's like, okay. And she wants to say something, but she can't think. So as Stephanie goes to move away, she keeps hold of Stephanie's hand. And Stephanie's like, "What are you doing?" Sarah Logan pulls her in and just goes, "I love you." It just walks away. She's like, I panicked in that situation. Trips greets Molly and Trish, but he doesn't see Molly. He's like, "Oh, there you are, Molly. I didn't even see you there." And then we see Mickie James as well.
Old locker room coming back because, you know, she was a big part of it way back when.
Yeah, with Trish and everybody like that involved. We see Ember Moon. She's marking out over Molly and Beth Phoenix and all these other people like this.
Yeah, well, Michelle McCool was wearing an Undertaker t-shirt because she has to let everyone know.
Why do that? Why do that, Michelle? I don't understand. Well, it's all leading up to this. We see the kickoff panel for the Royal Rumble and Bliss being interviewed. Then we then get highlights of the men's Royal Rumble match, highlights of Lesnar, Kane and Strowman, and then 32 minutes. Right, here we go. So we're all getting ready backstage. Tyson Kidd's there, that's nice. And they all line up for Triple H's speech, because you want to make it all about you, Paige, don't you? That's what you want to do. So a great speech there by Triple H. What is weird is that it is Triple H who's basically leading the force, it looks like, for the women's revolution. You know, it's not Vince McMahon giving the shots. It looks like it's Stephanie and Triple H. I know Vince McMahon concentrates on the main event scene. If maybe that's all he does now, you know. It's like if we were to see the men's Royal Rumble or the Universal title match, it would be Vince calling the shots. But now it's Triple H doing it. And I think that kind of gives the women a bit more of a chance as well. They've got a bit more of a chance at things, you know. It's like the Royal Rumble match. Would he get his opportunity if Vince McMahon was calling all the shots every time? I know they're trying to take advantage of the women's revolution that happened with Ronda Rousey and people like this. But if it's there, I'd say do it, you know.
So we've had the build, and now for the match itself.
Yep, Sasha was number one.
And she's been the leading force in NXT. I mean, against Bayley for the first Hell in a Cell match in Abu Dhabi, and she also lasted the longest in the Rumble.
Yeah, like I said, matches with Bayley in NXT and then against Charlotte at Hell in a Cell. Lita at number 5. Lynched absolutely loved the fact that she was in the ring with Lita.
Yes, and Stephanie on comms was awful.
Yeah, I mean, she did the commentary. Lucky for us, when we watched it live, we had it turned down, so we didn't hear her, did we? So that's fun. And Vicky Guerrero got cheers. We get Naomi's Rumble moment, of course, where she used the chair to keep herself in. And then here comes Asuka at 25. She is dominant.
Yes, absolutely dominant. And obviously she went on to win it. And then we see Ronda Rousey arriving.
Yeah, under cloak and dagger, basically. Triple H giving her in through the back passage. Trish at number 30. Banks eliminates Trish before Bella's dump her out. Asuka wins, and it's her moment for about 30 seconds until Ronda Rousey. It's weird because the talking heads are saying Asuka's moment is huge because she's from Japan. Look, just because she's from Japan doesn't mean she gets treated differently. The crowd pops for Rousey, who smirks and points.
She hasn't got a cigarette in her gob, James. She just got a smile on her face.
Well, now it's all about her until she gets bored and goes back to UFC. Look, I love Ronda, but I can't help thinking that she will break Asuka's streak.
And then bugger off back to UFC,
yeah, exactly,
just like Brock Lesnar.
I know.
Well, everyone gets big hugs from Triple H after.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because Rousey, as she walks back out, Triple H is like behind the curtain, and he just pops out, and Rousey kind of jumps, and then it's like, oh, it's Triple H, I know, yeah.
Well, I can't help but think poor Bliss will get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, my bets for next year, women's women's title will be Asuka Rousey, and the other match will be Charlotte versus someone. Bliss will be in the same position as Becky Lynch is this year. We see Ronda Rousey meeting everybody after, and Piper's son was there, which was lovely, and now the last little moment. Bellas are like, yeah, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, we'll hug you first.
Shane's there, he's like, give me a fucking hug.
I'm a woman.
See, a lot of hugging. Oh, Kari's saying that's nice. And now Charlotte. It's a shame you haven't got a dad like Ric Flair, because you have to use Roddy Piper. Oh, no, this is a bit. This is fucking Miz. This is how awesome the Miz is, right? Look at this, Brit. This is fucking brilliant. So Rousey and Piper, obviously. She always wanted him as his dad by looking at this next picture. Hey, whatever. You gotta love the Miz. And look at this big bonding session, Dan.
Big bondage session.
Bonding. Oh, Nikki on Cena.
Trish and Paige are complete polar opposites to each other.
Yeah. But no, absolutely fantastic. I love the W24 series, and I think this one, to get the behind-the-scenes look at the Women's Royal Rumble and see the planning that goes into it as well, I think it's a cracking programme. Dan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I do like seeing the backstage thing of it all. But it kind of takes away, people that are supposed to be enemies in the ring, and then they're all backstage hugging. It's
I like it.
You can't quite take them seriously.
Yeah, but kids ain't going to watch that, are they? So I love the kind of insight into it. We also had on the 19th of March W Music Power 10, and that was looking at the top 10 tracks of February 2018. And then 26th of March, we had the Kofi Kingston photo shoot, Dan.
I've actually become quite a big fan of these photo shoots. There was a few moments in there. It was, when New Day... Well, it started off when he first came in, and he was the Jamaican Kofi Kingston. And he said it was quite lucky because Adidas, or Adidas as we know, had just released a tracksuit from Jamaica, and it had Kingston on the back. He said, that's perfect. So he kind of ding attire. He was also going on about, how they first started off with New Day, and that was kind of their moment to try and push the New Day over. And someone just said, it's a New Day, and that name kind of stuck. They also showed bits from his heightened feud from Randy Orton, not the bit where he said you're fucking stupid, but actually the bit where he trashed the NASCAR, and he was saying there was some orange paint, and that could have been the end of his push if he had slipped, much like the Undertaker slipped when he went against JBL. And he kind of poured paint over it, and he felt himself going, but he kind of matrixed out of it and managed to sort himself out. And then he was saying about how he was hitting a windscreen, and they said, this is unbreakable glass, you'll never break it, and he smashed it. And it's like, oh right, okay. That could have been the end of things with it, but it is good seeing an insight in Kofi Kingston's career. He's been around for a very long time.
Well, and this is a good thing about photo shoot, is the fact is it's not just like a sit-down interview. You got the pictures there to kind of back up the story. It's a quick way of going through someone's career, you know what I mean, in 10 minutes, like we saw Connect or Kofi. The incredible thing about Kofi Kingston is he's just his longevity now in WWE. He's been over there 10 years. He's won every single title there is to win in WWE, apart from the main championship. Will he get it now? I don't think he needs it, to be fair. Like I say, with success in the New Day and stuff. But no, the photo shoot is something to be enjoyed. So that is new content. So now we move on to 205 Live. And it's episode 68, and it's the 13th of March. And we get a recap of Drew Gulak defeating Mark Andrews and Mustafa Ali taking down Buddy Murphy. Gulak, Ali, Alexander and Strong are the remaining superstars in the tournament.
So Strong's still in there. Is your pick?
No, my pick got locked out. I just said that, Dan. Mustafa Ali knocked him out. Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness welcome us to tonight's show. We're just going to put the main event is Roderick Strong versus Cedric Alexander. We're going to put this on now, because obviously it's going to be a slow burn as we run through the rest of the results.
Well, Akira Tozawa and Hideo Itami went against
Lince Dorado
and Grand Metalik with Kalisto.
Well, Tozawa and Dorado kicks things off pretty much with a stalemate to get started. Metalik in, drops Tozawa, goes for the quick cover, barely two. Hurricane Runner by Tozawa, tags in Itami. Flip over the ropes by Metalik. Hip toss, drop kick, and brings in Dorado. Stereo drop kicks, standing moonsault by Dorado. Itami with a huge kick to Dorado's chest, and follows it up with a boot to the jaw. Tozawa tagged in, chops to the chest, fakes the chop, punch to the face down. I know you love that.
Itami back in, back elbow, knee drops, fake a third one with a light kick to the head. Looks for a reaction from the crowd and gets absolutely nothing. Then you get Kalisto trying to get a lucha chant going as Tozawa and Dorado chop away at each other. Metalik goes to work with some rope walking and high flying. Dorado in and leaps off. Metalik's back. Metalik's back up and all the way down to the floor on Tozawa. He got some height on that leap. Wow. Metalik walks the ropes and hops off, misses and tweaks his knee. Itami able to finish him off with a drop to the knee and gets the 1, 2, 3. So
the winners, Itami and Tozawa via pinfall. And this match has started off very, very cautious between two men. Neither of them wants to make a mistake. Alexander Strong, like I said, Dan, your pick to go through here. And of course, Mustafa Ali and Drew Gulak looking on and seeing who they're going to have to face in the next round.
Lince Dorado
comes in after the match and shoves Itami away from his partner. Looked like Itami was just checking on Metallic. The two get separated.
We get a vignette on Roderick Strong who talks about how he's opened up to the WWE Universe and he's just trying to earn his way up the ladder. He speaks about getting to WrestleMania and he's proud.
Drake Maverick heads out to commentary to get an up-close look at some action. And that action is Jack Gallagher versus Murphy Myers.
A very serious Gallagher gets right after his opponent, stares at him for a bit, big clothesline and a body slam. The damage continues and he stomps and swings away at his grounded opponent. Myers able to get offense in with Gallagher on the floor. Myers tries a baseball slide, but Gallagher pulls up the ring apron and hammers away at his opponent. The action's back in the ring, big headbutt, and that'll do it.
So Jack Gallagher wins by pinfall. We see a vignette on Cedric Alexander, who talks about this not being the first time he's gone after the title. Talks about his experience in the Cruiserweight Classic and the road leading to this match.
And then we get a Mustafa Ali promo about Drew Gulak being a bully as a mysterious figure slowly walks towards him from behind. Ali talks about when he didn't step up when a bully went after his friend. He says now he has a chance to fight back as the figure lunges at him.
Oh, interesting. And up next, like we said, Cedric Alexander versus Roderick Strong. It is happening now.
Great job kick there from Roderick Strong. Goes for the cover. But Alexander managing to kick out.
This is the first semi-final match. Who's going to go through? Is it going to be Roderick Strong, Alexander? And we saw early on where both men were exchanging. Cedric tried springboard off the top, and Strong cut him off. And then since then, for about the last 5 minutes, you'd say Strong been on top of Cedric, trying to wear him down.
Come on, Roddy. Win this for the boys.
Come on, Cedric. You deserve an opportunity here. He was so close to becoming champion against he who should not be named, and now he gets his second chance at redemption at WrestleMania. It's just clever strategy by Roderick Strong. So why did you pick Roderick Strong for, Lendan?
Again, he's in NXT. He's constantly come so close, but ended up a million miles away from the title. And I just think he does deserve an opportunity in 205 Live.
Yeah, he's become man, hasn't he? Yeah, he's had lots of opportunities. Yeah, let me start again. Yeah, he's had lots of opportunities, Roderick Strong, but it never really got the job done. But you truly believe that he can get the job done here tonight, go to WrestleMania, and become Cruiserweight champion then?
Yes, I do. I believe he can finally get his moment, and that is to perform in front of his family and friends at WrestleMania and become the new Cruiserweight champion.
I know he does, yeah. As Strong impressed you then, since you picked him, have you been more impressed by Roderick Strong now?
I have,
more of a fan?
He knocked out his NXT friend, Hideo Itami.
Yeah.
And, he's, and we know what kind of a driving force Hideo Itami is.
Yeah, but that don't really tell me that you've been impressed by Strong. I mean, yeah, he beat Itami, but lots of people beat Itami. Now, here comes Alexander. Now, that is impressive, you see. Yeah. Top rope plancher, wiping out Roderick Strong by Cedric. Just great athletic ability by Cedric. And he's been great in the Cruiserweight Classic. Now he's going to springboard his way back in. Take Strong down. Bang! Clothesline.
Why didn't you go for Alexander then, you dick?
Because I like Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy was one of my original picks in NXT. And I like going with him. Sometimes it's not the obvious choice,
But, I've gone for Roderick Strong because, I've been a bit harsh on him of late, He's, I've probably been his number one critic when he was in NXT. So I thought, I'm going to give him the benefit of a doubt now that he's down in 205 Live. And he has impressed me. He's had some good matches so far. But a lot of these matches in this Cruiserweight tournament have been great. Oh,
yeah, I don't think there's been a bad one yet. I think he's missed a little bit of personality. I think with Alexander, we're seeing a little bit more of who he is and what he wants to do here. With Strong, we're still not sure. Does he want to be a NXT champion? Does he want to be Cruiserweight champion? Is he just going to be involved in everything? With Cedric, his goal from day one has been the Cruiserweight title. He's been an ever-present. So he goes for the lumbar check, but Strong throws him off the apron. Nice knee to the shoulder now. Cedric going to try and springboard his way back in.
Oh, he Strong though. Manages to turn it around into a crucifix. Rolls up Strong. 2. But Strong managing to kick out.
Well, we know Cedric Alexander likes using a lumbar check with Strong, apart from the backbreakers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Folds up Alexander. Only managing to get a 2 count.
Well, Roddy likes using the end of heartache, and it would be a real shame for Alexander here to get stopped. You know, no one remembers the semi-final. It's all about the final.
Well, so Cedric Alexander can get yet another chance.
Yeah, Alexander deserves
I know he never got his title shot that he was supposed to have had against Wanker.
That's how much of a man he is. You know, Alexander had the opportunity and being number one contender. He went, no, I'll go back in the tournament again, fight for everybody to get a chance. That's how great Alexander thinks he is. And Strong now going for the strong slam.
Oh, no, but Alexander turning it into a springboard Pele, lumbar check.
Oh, and he's got him.
No.
1, 2.
Oh, go on, Roddy. Get your foot on that bottom fucking rope.
Cheater. Well, I'll tell you what, Alexander Strong has given a lot. Fans not giving anything back. It almost seems like it's a shame, you know what I mean? It's a pain for them to have to sit here and watch this great wrestling. And now Strong on the apron. What is Cedric going to do? Oh, he's going out to the apron to meet Roderick Strong. Oh my God, look at the kicks by Roderick.
He means business.
Got him in a kind of torture rack on the apron.
Jesus Christ, drops him across the ring tightening bolt. Folds Alexander in half. Telling the referee to get in the ring and count him out.
Well, that is some serious damage there. And Roderick, be happy with a count-out victory. I don't know if Cedric can recover. That is so dangerous.
See, that's why Roderick is the strong one.
Yeah, well, he's not taking the risk, is it? It's Cedric going, I'll tell you what, I've got an idea. Why don't you throw me into one of the hardest parts of the ring? Now, referee's counting, and Roderick thinks he's got this. Referee up to 7, 8, 9, and Cedric somehow back up and responds with a kick to Roderick Strong. That might have been the last bit of action, though, because Roderick's caught him with a huge knee to the face. And now maybe a superplex off the... Oh, my God.
Oh, Roderick Strong plants Alexander.
Think about the amount of punishment that back of Cedric has taken. Roderick goes for the cover. Oh!
Alexander managing to kick out. Fuck knows how he managed to do that.
He's just shown the heart and the determination of a true champion. And Cedric wants his moment. But you got to think about the amount of pain as he can't even get to his feet. We see the Cruiserweight title shining in the foreground. And of course, Roderick Strong's had it taken out of him, but now he's going to look to put Cedric away. Your man could be in the finals of the Cruiserweight title tournament.
Well, I think he's just one move away from ending this match. Alexander's body's gone limp.
Well, he might be playing hello possums a little bit, making Strong having to carry his full body weight, picking him up. But again, he just might be out. Oh, there we go.
Alexander trying to fight back.
He's got heart, there's no doubt about that for Cedric.
Strong with a lovely combination, but gets hit with a spinning heel kick from Alexander to his midsection.
Strong puts the boot up, gets caught by Cedric. He tries a back elbow. Strong dodges.
Hits him with a knee.
There we go.
End of heartache.
That's it.
1, 2. Oh, what a fucking cheater.
What a clever way for Cedric Alexander to get out of a pinfall there. He knew his surroundings in the ring, and the veteran that he is put that leg up on the bottom rope, stopping the count. The amount of injury, the amount of damage his back has taken, probably won't be able to get his shoulder up. The fans, though, some of them now chanting, which is good.
He took the pussy's way out.
And Cedric trying to get out of the ring now, and Roderick's pulling him back. Roderick needs to capitalise on it while Cedric is down. Roderick picking up Cedric. Oh!
Gets caught with a big back elbow, though.
But that might be the last line of defence. He's got a faraway look in his eyes.
Well, at this point now, James, it becomes a thinking man's game.
Oh no, Dan, I cannot believe it. And look at this. Both men using the other to get up, back to back, take 10 steps, turn around and shoot. Oh, Strong tries to dodge. Oh my God.
Strong and Alexander both try shots, but they both duck respective ones. And they manage to hit one of each.
Man, what an uppercut there by Cedric. Strong's like, bring it on. Oh my God.
And both men wailing away at each other.
This is what you want to see. And Strong winning. No, he's not. I was about to say winning the combination.
Oh, Alexander looking for his lumbar check. Strong with a backflip out of it.
Oh my God. Strong now turns Cedric into the cover.
Oh, but Cedric only just managing to kick out.
And a knee by Strong. This could be it now.
But Alexander rolls him up into a small package.
Yeah!
He gets the victory.
Cedric beats Strong. I mean, that's a shame, Dan, isn't it, for you, your man. Gets eliminated, but look at Cedric, he's in shock.
He lasted longer than your man.
Fantastic wrestling ability there by Cedric, managing to catch Strong in a small package for the win. Strong devastated, nearly man yet again, but Cedric goes through to the final. The first man through, of course, he will face Gulak, the winner of Gulak and Ali at WrestleMania. That second semi-final match is next week. Dan, what do you think of this semi-final match?
That was a bloody good match. You know, I think it still leaves it open for Strong to say, look, you know, you caught me in a small package. I think I deserve a title shot when and if you win the title.
Yeah, Strong had nothing taken away from him in defeat there. It was a fully 50-50 match. Each man exchanging the finishers, each man getting a foot on the ropes, and it wasn't a finisher that ended it, was it? It was Alexander just catching Roderick Strong there. Strong looked great. Cedric, I think, looked just a little bit better, but another fantastic offering here for the Crew 5 Live. So we move on to episode 69. And it's the 20th of March.
And March 20th show from Dallas will give us the final man who will battle for the belt at WrestleMania 34 on April the 8th.
Voiceover guy recaps last week's great semi-final between Cedric Alexander and Roderick Strong over highlights of the win. That's sending Cedric to WrestleMania 34 and a preview of tonight's Drew Gulak versus Mustafa Ali semi, which summarises history between the two men. And we see no real sign of respect. They did look at each other, didn't they, Cedric and Strong, but no handshake. Cedric now staring at the WrestleMania sign.
Well, Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness press and say many of the same things covered in the pre-intro video.
And the first match is Hideo Itami defeating
Lince Dorado
via disqualification when Grand Metalik shoves Itami into the apron. Oh, hang on, Cedric's just getting interviewed here.
I did it for you, Adrian. Yo, Adrian.
If you can change, and I can change, and we all change, and we all change together. Yeah, Cedric.
Now the fucking crowd are chanting. They can fuck off jumping on the You Deserve It bandwagon. They were sat on their fucking hands. You don't deserve it to be there, you bunch of fucking no-necks.
Cedric didn't deserve it. He earned it. He is going to WrestleMania, baby.
Daniel Bryan done that.
Well, this emotion, it gives something else to the Cruiserweight title. It has a meaning to it. It's not a meaningless bit of metal. Cedric's got the emotion that he wants to become Cruiserweight champion, and he, I think, deserves the opportunity. Lucha House Party accompanies Dorado to the ring as we get caught up on Itami targeting Grand Metalik's knee in his tag win with Akira Tozawa over Lince and Metalik. And Dorado's issues with it. Tozawa walks Hideo to the ring.
Well, Itami controls things in the early going, but Dorado escapes a headlock to dump Hideo on the floor. He feints a frustrated Itami and remains in control back in the ring. A Hurricane Rana sends Hideo to the outside again, and this time Lince flattens him with a corkscrew over the top rope. He celebrates on the announce desk and takes Itami down with a shoulder and a head scissors. Hideo rolls him up for a two out of a rest hold, and after a knee to the midsection, puts Dorado on the floor with a Yakuza kick.
Well, after following him down and slamming him into the apron, Itami taunts Dorado with strikes, but answers with a kick off an Irish whip and another off a springboard. Big lariat from Hideo after dodging another slingshot manoeuvre, but Lince answers with a super kick. Itami is sent outside again when a bickering with Grand Metalik triggers a DQ. Tozawa and Kalisto have to keep their teammates apart again as the feud continues.
Well, we get a Drew Gulak promo video where he tells us he really does believe in a better 205 Live, but that Drake Maverick lit a fire under him when he called him a goof. A tournament is a purest form of competition, and his chance to set an example that his way is the right way. He doesn't intend to lose tonight or next month.
We get a confessional promo from Alexander. He calls last week's the best of his career. He still hasn't set in that he'll be competing at Mania in front of 70,000 people. Well, he'll be doing the early kickoff, so probably about 35. The journey isn't over because if he doesn't win on April 8th, he'll do it again. I know, he leaves it open.
He'll get another shot.
Yeah, he'll probably get another opportunity.
Well, we see TJP defeating Kenneth Johnson via submission with the knee bar.
Yeah, Nigel and Vic remind us Johnson was in a Cruiserweight Classic. Hey, many people might not know that. Perkins gets a selfie promo saying he doesn't care who wins at Mania. He's first in line for a title shot because he won the CWC and was the first champ.
Well, it's all TJP until he catches a kick counter and wags his finger at Johnson. Then eats another kick with the other foot. Perkins takes a little offence, but counters with a kick of his own, hits a detonation kick, then holds on to his submission finisher well after the referee calls for the break.
We get an Ali promo video introducing himself from Chicago and says the difference between him and the rest of the division is heart. He talks about being a police officer outside Chicago and want to be a cop to take action and change the world. Win or lose, he sees this as his chance to change minds and take fans who see his name and start to boo and convince them to cheer. Whether or not he does that at Mania, we'll see.
We get Dasher Fuentes interviewing Drake Maverick, and he's livid that the Itami Dorado match ended in catch to some hot-headed cruiserweights. Thank goodness for Tozawa and Kalisto. He wants to reward them, so next week they'll take part in a fatal four-way match with TJP and Buddy Murphy. Maverick leads into this by saying the new champ will need challenges after WrestleMania, so I think it's a number one contenders match. But I'm not quite sure because he never confirmed nor denied it.
No, but yes, like I say, your man TJP, Buddy Murphy, my guy, and of course with Kalisto and
Tozawa.
Well, should be a great match, but now we're on to the main event, the second semi-final. Who will face Alexander at WrestleMania? Will it be Mustafa Ali? Will it be Drew Gulak? Let's find out now. Oh, so after a cagey start by Gulak, Mustafa Ali just hit the drop kick, sending Gulak back to the corner. And I mean, keys to victory here, Dan. What has Ali got to do if he wants to win this one?
I don't know. I think he's got to go to his area ability, much to Drew's disgust. I think that's going to frustrate and infuriate Drew, as well as the pain for the manoeuvre that he hits coming off the top as well.
Yeah, well, there's a thing in it, Mustafa Ali, so he needs to keep up that pace. He can't let Gulak determine the speed of this match. Gulak's going to want to go technical, isn't he? He's going to want to try and slow this down. Like we say, use all the cheap shots as well. He's got a lot to his advantage. We saw that back elbow there on the break. And with Gulak, he just wants to slowly wear down Ali. We know he's got time in this match. And that's what he's going to do with Ali. I think the quicker for Ali to get the victory, I think the better responds with the back elbow. I mean, these two men have hated each other for a while now. Fly zones, Ali being the main culprit for that.
Oh, Ali got caught. Electric chair sends him down. Drew Gulak with a roll-up.
Shoulders eventually down.
Oh, but Ali managing to kick out.
But it'd be interesting to see the chemistry, because you've got to feel these two men have been wrestling each other now for the past 6 months or so, maybe even longer, since both men debuted in the CWC. Who are you a bigger fan of, Gulak or Ali? Who would you rather see? Ali in the final.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think Gulak might tell a little bit about a story, because it would be heel versus a face then, wouldn't it? With Cedric versus Gulak.
Yeah, but then Cedric Alexander versus Ali, you see their friendship. They've shown cracks in their friendship, so they could also produce a great match as well.
Well, we talk about CWC style. Both men could just put it all out then, couldn't they? Just go for everything they want. With Gulak now, he's just stomping ahead of Ali.
And especially on the grandest stage of them all.
Yeah, well, you got to think about Ali, though. He's in a bit of trouble now with Gulak. Last week, he had probably the toughest of all matches against Buddy Murphy, didn't he? Well, the last time out, he had the toughest match against Buddy Murphy. You got to think about the punishment Murphy put on Mustafa Ali, and now Ali's going to struggle through this match, isn't it?
Well, that's your opinion. And you are entitled to it, as unfortunately you have a voice.
Exactly. I'm the voice of the voiceless, and Ali slapping Gulak.
Sending him back to the ropes, coming back, Drew Gulak looking for a big boot, but getting caught by Ali, putting on his back, and going with a few clotheslines, takes him down with a double leg takedown, and then just starts punching away at Gulak's head.
Well, that is lovely by Mustafa Ali.
You can see the hatred between these two.
And Ali now, he's still trying to get it together. Gulak's attack. And now he's going to... Oh, Gulak runs in.
Ali slips through the ropes, kicks Gulak.
You talk about the hatred, you talk about how well these men know each other. As Ali goes to neckbreaker in. Oh!
Hits the X Factor on Gulak.
That was
1,
beautiful.
2.
Ooh.
But Gulak managed to get the shoulder up at 2.
2. And at least he's got some fans there. See, they're into it a little bit. But Mustafa Ali, there is a couple of interesting things. You think about Mustafa Ali, we talked about this, would be generally a heel. Look at Davari, look at the way he's been. I like the fact that Ali is different. And he's a face, and he really has impressed me, I think he does deserve all the opportunity he's getting here. And Gulak, again, another guy who can go from serious to funny, and so Gulak can basically hit at all points. I think Gulak's got a bright future.
Would you like to see a WrestleMania PowerPoint? Is that the New Day there, by the way?
I think it is a New Day. Maybe not a PowerPoint as such, but I think it's definitely even as just a normal wrestler, not a cruiserweight on Raw or SmackDown, I think Gulak would find his place coming out, doing a PowerPoint, being able to joke around with other wrestlers and stuff. I think Gulak has a potential there for that. I think with Ali, it would be cruiserweight and then basically kind of like babyface underdog type thing, you know? As we see now, he gets sent into the turnbuckle.
Gulak's got a dragon sleeper on, not got it properly locked in, but I think he's doing effective enough.
Well, he's won many a matches with this, and Ali realises he's trying to squirm away.
Couple of knees to the head. Gulak, though, with a spinning lariat and just takes Ali inside out.
And Gulak's the one with a crazy look in his eyes as he screams and looks to put away Ali.
Picks him up, clotheslines him down and keeps hold of his arm. Clotheslines him down for a second time and turns him inside out for a second time.
And now turns him round, goes for the cover. 2, hooks a leg, but
Ali's caught him. It's like a modified triangle.
Got it in perfectly. He's got the hand clasp, but the only problem is his shoulders could be down. Gulak,
he manages to turn it. It looks like it is cinched in properly from this angle, James.
Well, the only problem is that leg's dangling. He probably wants to get the leg under Gulak's body and try and grapevine, but Gulak realises, turns his body weight, gets under the bottom rope, and stops the submission there. The guy getting in Gulak's face, but Ali, this is a no-fly zone.
Well, he's going up top despite Gulak's efforts to try and turn it into a no-fly zone.
And look at the markings on Ali's shoulder already. Wait for Gulak to come position.
Fucking hell, spins over, lands arse first on the head of Gulak, puts him down to the mat and then starts punching away at his head again. Throws him back in the ring.
Started seeing more of the CWC type wrestling that we fell in love with here on 205 Live.
Is he looking for the inverted 450?
He's going to put Gulak away. He's one move away from the finals.
But Gulak sweeping his legs from underneath him. Ali hitting his face on the edge of the ring apron on his way down. And then landing on them wafer-thin mats.
Well, how thin are those mats now?
They are mere millimetres thick, James.
Well, in a high-risk move, that was high risk there for Ali. And he came crashing down, and I bet it hurt inside. Gulak now is going to try and get his breath back. But these matches, not one cruiserweight title. I bet it'll be the final that sucks. Not one of these tournament matches have been bad. And Ali, we see a replay of what he did earlier.
I'm just more frustrated by the crowd. I mean, tonight's crowd's a bit more lively, actually, saying that.
Yeah, I like it when there's like a group of people and they try and get the crowd with them as well, if you know what I mean.
We're going to be that group when it comes to London.
Gulak sends Ali off the apron, who gutsy performance, tries to get up. And now right near the outs table, Cruiserweight Championship.
Throws him upside down into barricade.
And Gulak has turned it up in recent weeks. Like I said, he didn't like being called a goof. Well, he's not goofing around now.
Throws Ali in, but Ali immediately rolls out on the other side of the ring, trying to get some separation between.
That is clever by Mustafa. Now he's on the announce table.
Just in front of Nigel McGuinness.
And Gulak can stay there, but he wants to go out and finish the job.
Referee tells him to get back, but Gulak goes out behind the referee's back.
Here he comes again.
Looking to take Gulak out, but Gulak sidesteps, throws him across the announce table and into some poor lad's legs.
Vic Joseph is disappeared. Look at Vic Joseph shit himself. Here comes Ali.
Comes flying over the announce table.
Oh, this is what it means. And Ali now getting in. Can try and get a count out. And now the announce table coming into play.
With Fasser Ali's rearranging some furniture.
Now, the Cruiserweight title means everything in the world, but you think about the hatred.
We can see how that table's been busted up previously and it's been like screwed together.
Well, now they've got tablets and everything like that on there as well.
Nigel McGuinness is kind of like flinching.
Gulak stopping Ali.
A high back body drop from the announce table onto them wafer thin mats.
Yeah, well, you forget about the Cruiserweight title. It's just a hatred for each man, like you talked about. And Ali's just gone splat.
Only putting it all on the line here tonight.
Well, there might be nothing left come WrestleMania. Alexander just might be able to just easily cover either Gulak or Ali.
But then, it is. This is all worth it for that WrestleMania moment.
Well, this is the thing. This is what they're going to be telling their grandchildren in years to come. They were at WrestleMania, contending for the Cruiserweight Championship. Well, Gulak's back in. He does want a count-out victory, though.
Throws Ali face first into the ring post. Knocks him clean out.
Well, it's funny if Gulak got disqualified, but he's marching on now.
Look at him shitting himself now.
Oh, fucking hell.
He throws him into the timekeeper's area, goes back into the ring.
Well, that is it now. Gulak saying to the referee, you count.
Ali realising he's only got 5, so he slows it down.
Yep. Oh, referee up to 6, and we see movement from Ali. Now it's a 9 count. Referee's going to count 10, is he? Ooh.
Oh, Ali in just in the nick of time. Gulak infuriated.
But what's Ali have left? He got in the ring, and now there's a seething Gulak ready to finish him off. And now he's going to go Jaggins. Job done. Oh, Ali grabs the top rope, though. Gulak has to break it.
Picks Ali up. Oh, but Ali turns it into a lovely DDT, plants him, scrambles his way to the corner.
And now one last chance for Ali. This is all or nothing for him.
The inverted 450.
The reverse 450. Oh!
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And Ali books himself a place in the final.
Well, fantastic match there. Gulak gave it all he could. But like I said, the toughness of Mustafa Ali there. What a fantastic match that was.
That was a bloody brilliant match, you know, seeing a hatred between these two guys. And you see, like, it's not just a hatred, but it's the need to go to WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all, and challenge for that Cruiserweight Championship as well.
And every match has been spot on here, you know. Happy that he's got there, and I think he deserves it. Gulak a little bit shocked, it's understandable, but Gulak looks so strong in that match. Again, take nothing away from him in defeat. The Cruiserweight title scene is brilliant. Ali looks at WrestleMania sign. Like I said, he's booked a date with Cedric Alexander on the WrestleMania kickoff show. No, at WrestleMania for the Cruiserweight title. Come on. Alright, so next episode 70, and it's the 27th of March.
Yes, we hear from all 4 competitors in tonight's Fatal 4-Way. Each plan on picking up a victory to get a step closer to challenging for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness welcome us to tonight's show as they preview tonight's match. Drake Maverick already at the announce table as he hypes 205 Live.
Well, the first match is Tony Nese versus Mandrew.
So yes, we are going to see Tony Nese versus Mark Andrews here. Now, Tony Nese is one of my guys that I really like on the Cruiserweight division. Of course, it looks like a heavyweight, fights like a Cruiserweight. We all know this, but he's absolute. I mean, I came up with this name a couple of months ago, and I'm sticking to it. But Mark Andrews, you're quite a fan of him, aren't you, Dan?
He is, yes. You know, we saw him in the UK Championship matches he's had, and he's just got brilliant talent. And, you know, again, another one of these underdog-type wrestlers as well.
Well, what's crazy to think is that Andrews and Nese are in the same division here when you look at just the difference in size. I think Nese's leg is probably the same size as, the chest of Mark Andrews would be fair to say, this one?
Well, don't cut out Andrews, though.
And now each man trying to get the best of the other one. Head scissors now by Tony Nese. He's obviously got the power. Who's got the speed in this one?
Andrews, without a shadow.
Oh, I don't know. Nese is quick, though. Andrews bridges out. Of course, he's got the British Wrestling backing him up.
Oh, well, Andrews looking for a headstand to try and get out of that leg head scissors. But Tony Nese just ramming his head into the mat.
See now Nese, the side headlock with those huge biceps. That Mark Andrews.
He's not going to win a shoulder block competition with Tony Nese, that's for sure.
I mean, the power of Nese just taking Andrews down.
Looking for a hip lock, getting blocked by Nese.
Well, that's nice. Snap there, Andrews lands on his feet.
Oh, and then Andrews just rolling about. Gets the hip lock this time, though, and turns it into an armbar.
And then I'll tell you another thing that's quite enjoyable about 205 Live. Yeah, Tony Nese is here, which is enjoyable nonetheless. But you've got the Welshman and Mark Andrews here having a great match at this moment in time. And on commentary, you've got Vic Joseph alongside Nigel McGuinness, and of course, the Cruiserweight the general manager of 205 Live, Drake Maverick, who's also British as well. So you've got 2 British voices here. You've got us doing it. This is a real, talk about Women's Revolution. It's a British Revolution coming.
Well, not only that, I mean, like the general manager of NXT.
Yep. We're going to get on NXT in a bit. Pete Dunne, of course, the UK champion.
We're doing really well. You've got Jack Gallagher making a storm in 205 Live.
Yep, you got Drew McIntyre soon, hopefully to the WWE main roster. Oh, that was nice by Andrews.
Backflipping through away from manoeuvre from Nese, and then planting a dropkick in his face, going for the cover, but Nese managing to kick out.
And the real CWC feel to this as well. They kind of sorted it out now, haven't they? They're allowing them to do what they want. And he sets Andrews up on the top rope.
And Tony Nese, I know why you like him, because he is your GPD.
He is, isn't he? He gets sent outside to the ring with a Hurricane Runner. Just more wrestling talent for Nese. Nese fronts in, and look at that. Running through Mark Andrews with a huge back elbow, taking him down. You talk about, you said, look at the speed there. Tony Nese, he must have gone 1 to 60 in 1.2 seconds.
No.
And he sends Andrews back to the corner. Irish whipping him. Look at the power.
Full force into the corner there. Back first.
Goes for the cover, but Andrews showing his toughness, getting the shoulder up.
Up.
But look at this beautiful submission by Tony Nese. Grapevine. And look at Andrews, though, leveraging the legs up so the shoulders are down for Nese.
Oh, but Nese powering out and then with scissors on.
This is a great matchup here in the Cruiserweight division.
You got power and technician.
Two guys I like as well, which is hard to come by nowadays, really. It's like, I've got a problem with most people. Andrews gets out of it.
But Nese straight onto Andrews with a running knee to the midsection. Goes for the cover, but Andrews managing to get his shoulder up at 2.
2. And now with a bear hug. Andrews manages to get back to his feet. But then thrown just back into the corner. Nese comes running in.
Elbow from Mark Andrews, though. Just rocking the big guy Nese.
And then we see a shot on the commentary team.
Rockstar Spud.
Nese comes running in. Andrews puts the leg up, gets caught.
Go on, Andrews.
Well, imagine responds with an insecurity. Got to get his breath back here.
Andrews. Oh, 6-1-9 there. Kicks to the midsection for Nese.
Andrews springboards in, but Nese catches him. No!
Oh, but turns it into a kind of like a bulldog.
Oh, now Andrews trying to get back into this.
Comes in with a running knees.
You can't hit knees on Nese. That's not fair. Well, Tony reverses the Irish whip.
Gets caught by Tony Nese, but again Andrews turns it into a lovely tornado DDT. Oh.
Well, Nese managing to get Nese managing to kick out. He's gone on the outside to get his breath back, but with Andrews around, that's probably not the best idea. Here comes Andrews. Oh!
Wow, springboards off the second rope, like rope tightener. Takes out Tony Nese, roaring his way back into action. Throws him back into the ring.
Oh, Andrews up to the top, but Nese sees this.
Oh, swipes out his legs from underneath. Leaves Andrews prone across the top rope.
Come on, Tony, put him away. It's too much fucking around now. Huge kick.
Kicks him up onto his shoulders. Oh, a kick knee to the midsection. 1, 2. Oh.
Andrews somehow getting the shoulder up at 2. Now Nese stomping away, going for cover again, but can't keep Andrews down. Well, we talked about the heart determination of Mustafa Ali. Andrews here showing that he's got a lot left in the tank, but Nese, fucking hell.
For the third time, turning Andrews inside out with one of his big clotheslines.
But still can't keep Andrews down. Nese throws Andrews to the apron. Oh, beautiful kicks there by Tony Nese.
Wow, he kicks him in the head and then sweeps his legs from underneath him.
He's a hell of an athlete. Comes running outside to get Andrews. Oh!
You could say he's the premier athlete.
He is the premier athlete. Look at the forearm. Look at the premier forearm to the Welshman's jaw. Pretty dislocated that. Throw back in. Finish it off now. Now Nese just got him on the apron, just slapping his chest. Throws him in. Don't get overconfident though, Tony. Just put him away. Tony now springboards his way back out. Beautiful.
Oh, but Andrews had it scouted, rolls away from it, and Tony Nese hitting nothing but mat. But Nese up first, but Andrews slaps him across the chest.
Well, that just might anger Tony Nese. Oh, no. No, it hurt him. Tries to hurt Andrews. Oh, my God.
And a load of chops and a flurry of lefts and rights, just clubbing away at Tony Nese.
Yeah, but one forearm by Nese settles it then. Comes running into Andrews.
Oh, a lovely insecurity. Drops Nese to his knees.
Yeah, Nese is down. Oh, but stops Andrews, rolls him up, but powers him up there, one-armed. Uh-oh.
Gets rolled up, though.
Oh.
Standing coup de grace. 2. Oh. And Nese managing to get his shoulder up at 2.
2. I thought this would be a great match. I thought, and it has been. Andrews getting frustrated. Come on, Nese, put him away. Andrews up. Irish whip to Nice. Nice rolls under the leg, catches him in a pump handle slam.
Well, he's got Andrews up on his shoulder for the pump handle. Oh! But Andrews turns it round to a stunner. Yes, Mandrews.
No. What a move that was by Mark Andrews. Going up, looking for his patented 450. No, shooting star. Oh!
Hits it. 1, 2, 3.
Shit, son.
And give Mandrews the victory.
Well, give these two props. What a fucking great match that was, Dan.
Match.
It was. Styles meshed perfectly. Andrews being the underdog there. Nice. I was watching this all day long, these two men. Nice showing how great he is. And Mandrews, well, obviously WWE think that he's got quite a big future if he's beating someone like Tony Nese here on 205 Live.
Indeed, yes.
Post-match. Yeah, it said that. So backstage, Dasher Fuentes asks Gulak about having to face Andrews again. Gulak says Andrews is quite the high flyer, but sends out a notice that he's the best submission specialist in WWE. If you want to step to me, you will tap out.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, backstage, Buddy Murphy getting set for his match. TJP just chilling out on the stairs.
Backstage, Maverick has a sit-down with Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. The two can't believe how they went from sitting in a skybox and watching WrestleMania last year. Now they will be on the show.
Alexander took his in that they will wrestle in front of their friends and family, and he will win the title. Ali has him repeat the last bit and notes how Alexander always gets to that big match and something messes up his chance at winning the title.
Oh, well, Ali continues that they will tear the house down and the story ends with the title being raised over his head. Alexander responds that he'll sacrifice anything, including stomping out the heart of 205 Live. That's what he'll do to become champion. Ali tells us exactly what he's going to do. Ali tells us exactly what he's going to have to do, and the two shake hands. And now the main event.
It is Kalisto versus Akira Tozawa versus TJP versus some crackhead from NXT. Oh no, Buddy Murphy.
Versus my man, Buddy Murphy, who powers Tozawa away. Kalisto and Tozawa start in the corner. Murphy showing his power and gets dumped out.
He gets thrown out of the ring because they're like, you don't belong here, dick.
And another guy that doesn't belong there, TJP, misses Kalisto.
How doesn't
Tozawa.
he belong there? He's the first ever
It's all about
Cruiserweight
creating
champion.
chances. Look at that by Kalisto. Off the top like springboard. Nobody wants to wrestle TJP. He's there by himself.
Yes, because they'll lose.
And now he
sits where he wants.
Oh, my man.
TJP.
My man Buddy Murphy up. Look at the power of this man. TJP.
Well, look at the power of him climbing into the ring.
Yeah, look at how
TJP's
strong he looks. He looks like a Greek god, and he picks up Perkins with his hair easily.
TJP spins him round and just makes him look like a complete Greek godded idiot.
Oh, brilliant nip up there by Buddy Murphy, catching him in the side headlock.
TJP completely out wrestling him at every step.
Yeah, Hurricane by Buddy Murphy sending Perkins to the outside. Yeah, that out wrestling.
Lands on his feet.
Here comes Buddy Murphy, gonna go a bit flying.
No, because Kalisto stops him. Spinning corkscrew back elbow.
Well, that was nice. Murphy outside Tozawa. Tozawa goes for unlock. Kalisto chops him down. This match has started off at a hell of a pace.
Standing senton. 1. Oh.
Murphy back in now. Stops Tozawa. Yeah, how quick has this match started? He's going to slam him down. No. TJP in.
He's like, oi, dickhead, stop it. Don't hit me.
He's like, please, shoot him up. Shoot him up. Oh, please.
Yeah, TJP's lulling him into a full sense of security
TJP's
because
like,
Blake's a fucking mug.
We'll get me up. See? Someone's a TJP in this group, someone's a Buddy Murphy down, aren't they? You know that. I look at TJP picking up Kalisto.
TJP is the Shawn Michaels. Murphy is the Marty Jannetty.
Right, Buddy Murphy's got Kalisto.
What a mug. Turning his back on TJP like a fucking idiot.
TJP has to take the easy route like the fucking little bitch.
No, he takes the clever route. He takes the intelligence route.
He attacks him from behind because he get advantage over Buddy Murphy.
And he's got that advantage over.
Situation. In a one-on-one situation, Perkins can't beat Buddy Murphy. Come on now. He's got Buddy Murphy up.
Oh, just bounces him head first off the ring post, sending him careening to the floor below.
Murphy's just going to take his time. Tozawa in.
Now the 3 proper cruiserweights in the ring.
Tozawa's in a little bit of trouble now. TJP's going to tie him up.
Taking a squat
and look,
dabbing.
He's dabbing. You love it when they dab.
Oh, look, he's got a submission on 2 wrestlers. 2 former cruiserweight champions while Murphy is asleep on the outside after being thrown into the ring post by who? TJP.
Well, Kalisto back elbows. Look, and TJP again saying, no, don't, look, we'll team up.
Yeah, because
doesn't
he's
work
mugging
this time,
everyone
does
up.
it? Doesn't work this time. Chop to the chest.
And he's still got the submission in while he's getting beaten up.
And every time he goes down, it hurts Tozawa.
And TJP, he's got a submission and a pin attempt while Murphy is still what? Fast asleep on the outside.
Don't worry about Buddy Murphy. Worry about your guy, TJP, all right?
I am worried about him.
You worry about your guy.
I'm worried about how he's going to do a finisher on 3 wrestlers at the same time.
I'll worry about my man, Buddy Murphy. Thank you very much, okay? Look at Buddy Murphy in.
He's seeing stars.
TJP walks into him and look how furious Murphy is. Oh, is that what you want to do? Bang! Clothesline down! Bang! Clothesline down!
Perkins straight back up again.
Oh, beautiful there. Hip
Straight back up again. Still on the offense.
Bang! Calf kick. Perkins down. Nip up by Murphy. Look
Perkins
how quick.
straight back up.
Clothesline over the top. Not getting up now, is he? Kalisto win. Murphy sends Kalisto out.
Well, you can't win a match throwing everyone out the fucking ring, can you fucking idiot?
And now Buddy Murphy sends Kalisto into the cameraman.
Yes, because the barricade's not big enough for him to not hit a fucking cameraman.
Would you calm down?
The stupid fucking Australian twat.
Tozawa gets sent to the announce table. Perkins gets caught with a huge forearm by Buddy Murphy. Murphy sends him into the apron. I mean, this guy is built. He's absolute in himself as well, you know. I'm so glad I picked him like 3 years ago, you know, before he'd won 12 world championships. I pick my guys when they're just getting started out, you know. I'm not a late comer to them. To be fair, you've been around the Auto Fan for years, but hey, not on the podcast.
Hey!
Damn it. Yeah, hey! Nothing you can say. Oh, no!
Ah! And 2 enemies working together to get rid of a moron.
He's not a moron. He's Australian.
That makes a difference.
Tozawa and Kalisto sending Murphy into the barricade. Double teaming on Perkins.
Yes, because it takes more than one person to beat Perkins up.
What, like it just did Buddy Murphy? Now Kalisto's
They're just enemies joining
yeah,
together.
Yeah, good one.
Oh, and the man standing tall, TJP.
Well, he got lucky there. He got lucky to be left alone in the ring with Kalisto.
He got lucky all the way through the Cruiserweight Classic tournament.
Well, here comes Tozawa. And these
and
three
TJP
men,
had it scouted.
He's got him up for the powerbomb. He's going to dump him on Kalisto.
Look at the intelligence again. Manoeuvres on 2 men. I mean, does Murphy do that? No, he goes asleep.
But
look at the strength of him. He's got one on his back and he's got one in a cradle. Both of them are going to tap out.
No, Tozawa rolls over.
Perkins rolls through.
I'm not saying Perkins is not a great technical wrestler, but all these 3 men have been Cruiserweight champion. It's a time for change in 205 Live. It's time for new blood.
We don't want another Australian Enzo coming in and
don't
fucking
you dare
being an
call him
idiot.
Australian Enzo.
All right, the Australian mojo, whatever one suits you better.
Murphy comes in, nails TJP. He's got Kalisto.
Gets nailed by Kalisto.
Well, Tozawa's up low. Look at Tozawa. Oh, my God.
Lucha that.
Discus kick. And now all 4 men down. I'll tell you what, this has been a hell of a fucking fatal 4-way.
We're getting a ginger tosser. Gingers have no souls. TJP's tired from doing submission movers on 2 men at the same time. And it's not the same submission either, it's 2 different submissions. I mean, technically, you can't get better than that.
Well, you can hear faint chants, so maybe they are backing Tozawa up.
That's because Murphy's in pain.
But this crowd, though, should be on their feet, celebrating this action at the moment. Murphy's slowly getting up. Tozawa's the first man to get to his feet, and he targets TJP.
We haven't seen Murphy live, have we?
Oh, TJP drop kicks Murphy.
Plants him, but gets caught by Tozawa. Akira's going to go flying. Oh! Flying headbutt takes out TJP.
And now Kalisto looking at the action. He's going to springboard his way over the top.
Oh, a lovely somersault corkscrew combination there.
Oh, and now Buddy Murphy's the last man left.
Everyone should just run out the way so he hits the mat.
Last man left in the ring. Here comes Murphy. Oh, fucking hell. Leaping ability
over
there.
the top.
Yeah, look at the leaping ability of Buddy Murphy there. The plancher nearly clearing everybody.
Exactly, because he can't fucking hit someone.
No, because of his athletic leap, Dan, alright?
No, because he's a div.
You did a great, good one. No, because he's a div. All 4 men down. And Murphy throws Kalisto in.
What kind of shitty finisher has he got then?
Murphy looks to go up. I'll know it when I see it.
Oh, he gets hung up on the top.
And now it's Tozawa's turn maybe for the senton. Oh, he's all the way up now. Oh.
Kalisto pulled him off.
Kalisto cuts him off. Now he's going to go up there to get him. What is Murphy's finisher? Yes, it's called the Dan White Loves Mark TARDIS finisher, yeah.
Oh, triple Tower of Doom.
Oh, TJP's back in. He's got Kalisto. But Kalisto holding on, punching out TJP.
He rips the leg away from Kalisto.
And now TJP's going to try and get a submission. Doesn't he realise Tozawa's there? Is he going to try one of those double submissions? Picks him up.
Oh, he's got him in a bow and arrow.
Be going for the cover. 2. Oh!
Hits us. Tozawa from the top hits a senton on Kalisto, who was in the bow and arrow. And Murphy trying to get a cheap pinfall victory.
Well, Murphy trying to sneak in, and like you said, missed out there. Now Tozawa with the chops to my man Buddy Murphy. This is just wowing him up. This is just making him mad. So he told you.
He's made him dizzy. That's what he's made him.
Oh, but Murphy blocks it now. Combination of his own. Stomping a huge knee. And he's got Kalisto went for the Salida del Sol.
Oh, hits TJP.
Oh,
with a Salida del Sol. Tozawa, 1, 2. Oh, but Kalisto in to break up the pinfall. And Murphy wasn't intelligent enough to take Kalisto's bones.
Well, Kalisto's got problems with Tozawa. He's not going to let him win this match. And they're both screaming at each other. And it's on again. Murphy dumps Tozawa out.
Throws Kalisto out, who throws him onto Tozawa.
And now it's TJP and Buddy Murphy.
Oh, he's got the leg bar locked in. Murphy is fucked. He's going to start tapping out any second now because he's a little bitch. Go on, you idiot. Tap. Tap.
Come on, Murphy. Tap. Come on, buddy. Tozawa, Kalisto, look.
They'd rather fight on the outside.
No, they wouldn't. They'd rather save him. Well, Murphy showed his toughness there to hang on.
But the damage...
Oh, God. And now 3 men outside. Oh!
And intelligently, TJP gets out of the way of the damage.
Beautiful corkscrew by Buddy Murphy. Comes in.
Looking for the detonation kick. Rolls up by TJP. 1, 2. Oh!
Murphy avoids it. Goes for a clothesline. TJP low. Oh, Murphy's got him. Yes!
Pump handled.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, why didn't they get in?
My man, Buddy Murphy, beats TJP. Yeah.
Wow, he's won a match.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all this shit about Buddy Murphy and he beats TJP. Surely now he's a new number 1 contender for the Cruiserweight title.
Don't call me Shirley, but he doesn't deserve it because he's ginger.
I don't care. I love him because of it. What a match that was, though, Dan.
It was alright. The wrong man won, in my opinion.
You sore fucking loser. You really are a sore loser. What a fantastic effort that was by all 4 men then, showing off their strengths in a great way. The Kalisto-Tozawa feud being shown there as well. And great, I think, chemistry between all 4 men here. They really, really pulled it out.
Yeah, even though the wrong man won, I think, the more technical man should have won with TJP. I mean, he impressed me most out of this match, and not in a biased way either. I mean, just his manoeuvres he was doing on 2 single blokes at the same time was just very impressive. His technical skills are just growing week in, week out. And Murphy, I don't know, he didn't really do enough to impress me in this match.
Oh, Murphy was fucking brilliant in this match. We saw his high-flying manoeuvres there. We see the
one
finisher,
high-flying
his kicks
manoeuvre.
and his combination and stuff. Don't be such a sore loser, all right? Buddy Murphy looks absolutely brilliant. And I'll tell you what, the Cruiserweight division is going to be fine with Buddy Murphy leading a charge here. Great here tonight. Fair play to him. The best man won here on 205 Live. So we're going to leave it there for 205. What have you thought of the 3 episodes, Dan?
They've certainly been out their skin in their performance-wise. Yeah, we're set up for WrestleMania now. And potentially set up for after WrestleMania as well.
What was the match of 205? Like, what was your favourite one?
I don't know. I liked Andrews versus Tony Nese because, just the way their 2 different styles meshed.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think every episode had a great match on it, if you know what I mean. But I think the third one there, like I said, Andrews and Nese, and then the Fatal 4-Way. I think they've been really pulling it out. Of course, we'll have the 4th episode of 205 Live, the 3rd of the 4th. Yeah, 3rd of April. We'll have that on our live show on Sunday for WrestleMania. But now we move on to news.
News!
And what's the story, Dan?
Well, Dean Ambrose was headed to Birmingham, Alabama for a medical check-up on his injury. The Lunatic Fringe's signing appearances this week have been cancelled. Ambrose's tricep tendon was almost 50% torn from the bone and required urgent surgery. Dr. Jeffrey Dugas ruled Ambrose out of action for 9 months, but it was thought that Ambrose may recover sooner than planned and return earlier than scheduled. Dean Ambrose was scheduled to make several appearances at the World of Wheels events this weekend, but those appearances have now been cancelled.
Well, Ambrose was reportedly in Birmingham, Alabama yesterday to attend a medical checkup with WWE medical officials, fuck me, in the face with a fucking Mark TARDIS. Ambrose was reportedly in Birmingham, Alabama yesterday to attend a medical checkup with WWE medical officials regarding his recovery from a tricep tear, but it's not yet known whether there is any connection between how the checkup went and the cancellations. The former WWE champion was initially ruled out until August-September after suffering the injury, and now Dean Ambrose's access cancellation could mean the worst for his WWE run as well. So that was old news a couple of weeks ago, and now he's not even going to be at Access, Dan.
Yes, well, earlier this week, news emerged stating that WWE has officially pulled Dean Ambrose from his WrestleMania Access appearance, which was scheduled to be on the same day as WrestleMania 34. This has led to many speculating that he could be returning to in-ring action on the show. However, WWE pulling the Lunatic Fringe from this appearance could also mean that he's had a setback in his recovery. With the triceps injury, which he had surgery for back in December last year, the timing of the news release could suggest this is the case.
Well, the news of Ambrose being pulled from WrestleMania Access signing came not long after word got out that he visited WWE specialist doctors in Birmingham, Alabama again. The news being released shortly after his Birmingham visit could mean that something has gone wrong in his recovery and he requires additional surgery or more physical therapy. All hands on deck, and the fact that he's not doing what they expect him to do at Access, that to me sounds like something is wrong.
Well, I'm almost afraid to say this because I don't want this to be the case, but I almost expect at some point we're going to hear that he needed additional surgery or that he's back to square one with physical therapy because some sort of setback. It doesn't make sense to me. 3 or 4 months after he's getting the surgery, he's not well enough to sign some autographs for an hour or two.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts, Ambrose fan?
Well, 3 to 4 months, that's about half the required time to recover from that kind of injury. But, could he be a surprise entrant into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal?
You're being positive about it then?
I am, yes, because, again, it doesn't make sense that 3 or 4 months after getting the surgery, he's not well enough to sign autographs for a couple of hours.
Yeah, but if he's had to do the surgery yet again, then that won't be back until Rumble 2019. Like, that's the recovery time, isn't it? 9 months, 8 months from now, won't be to the end of the year. So, well, hopefully, yes, it's going to be a good thing. But we're just preparing everybody if it's going to be a bad thing. Right, talk about a bad thing. Up next, not in the script, ex-WWE star Grandmaster Sexay fractures skull in real-life fight with Chase Stevens.
Well, Stevens, real name Ryan Clark, was arrested and later released after admitted to punch him in the face twice, but in self-defense.
Grandmaster Sexy, real name Brian Lawler, was rushed to hospital on February 18th after police were called to a hotel in Indiana.
Surgery was needed after medics diagnosed him with a fractured skull, broken nose and eye socket and a number of missing teeth.
Well, according to reports, ex-TNA star Chase Stevens, real name Ryan Clark, was arrested and charged with battery.
Well, the police report states that Lawler was found intoxicated when found bloodied in the hotel reception.
Well, Clark reportedly told that Lawler had a row with him in a club earlier that night and refused to go to sleep on the floor of the hotel room.
Well, former TNA Tag Team Champion Clark admitted to punching Lawler in the face twice, but claimed it was in self-defense.
Well, Clark, 39, was an amateur boxing champion before he entered the World Wrestling in 1998.
Well, Lawler, who formed Tag Team 2 Cool alongside Scotty 2 Hotty and Rikishi, told police that Clark believed he was trying to chat up the wrestler's girlfriend. Clark has denied the allegation.
And they've both been released from hospital and jail. But, I mean, it's fucking horrible. And we saw pictures, haven't we, of Brian Christopher since then. And it's one of these things in wrestling, is the dark side to it. And especially if the guy's a former fucking boxing...
well,
go on.
He says he punched him twice. But how can 2 punches fracture a skull, break a nose and eye socket and knock out some teeth.
Well, if he's drunk, Christopher's drunk, right, and he's getting into your face or something like this, if it's 2 punches, 1 punch, that you don't know how he fell. You know, if he got punched in the nose once, broke his nose, punched in the eye once, and then he fell down and hit his head, we don't really know what really happened, do we? You know, we know Brian Christopher was drunk. Why would this guy attack him if he didn't have provocation? I know it's not the right thing to say, and because this is wrestling, he probably won't get charged for it anyway, you know, even though the damage that was done. But it just shows you how dangerous it can be, you know, it's just 2 punches, or where it can nearly end a wrestler's career, you know?
Not that he had much of a career anyway.
Well, I don't know, I didn't mind Too Cool, you know, I think they were quite successful back in the day, along with Rikishi and stuff. Scotty Too Hotty. Like I said, a lot of drug problems he had, but when you had a father like Jerry King Lawler, how successful he was in wrestling, you're always going to be under his shadow a little bit as well. But anyway, next story. It's not a secret that Brock Lesnar could be leaving the WWE once his current deal with the company expires this weekend after WrestleMania 34, as there have been heavy reports linking him with a move back to the sport of MMA and signing with the UFC.
Well, Lesnar's last match in the WWE on his current deal is scheduled to be Lesnar's last match in the WWE on his current deal is scheduled to be his defense against Roman Reigns in the main event of this year's WrestleMania in New Orleans. He's widely expected to lose the match to the big dog on his way out. Spoiler
alert. Well, WWE was at the TD Gardens in Boston last night for one of their last few live events before the showcase for the Immortals, which took place a week from today. Well, fuck it. Well, WWE was at the TD Gardens in Boston last week. The showcase, the Beast was wrestling on the show, putting the Universal Championship on the line against Kane and Braun Strowman in the triple threat.
Well, as usual, Lesnar was able to dispose of Kane in under 5 minutes, winning the match with ease in the process. What was significant about this match, though? It's the last live event which WWE has Lesnar scheduled for on his current deal.
Wow, so this means this might be the last time which WWE fans see the Beast win a match in the WWE for the foreseeable future. As like I said, he's predicted to lose the title against Reigns in the main event. The match ended in the usual fashion for the current Universal Champion as he hit the F5 on Kane and pinned him for the 3 count to win the match and to make sure he'd be walking into WrestleMania with the title.
Oh yeah, because they always lose championships.
That shows, yeah.
Well, a change of scenery for Reigns as Universal Champion will be good for the WWE. But it's going to be strange not to see Lesnar as a WWE superstar. Well, not that you really saw him much as a WWE superstar.
We're really missing that.
How many matches on Raw did he have?
None. He's not had a match on Raw since his return.
Exactly. Well, hopefully he does return to the company. Feels like he's done all he can for the sport of MMA and UFC.
So he's going to go and give everything he's got for another company, and then he'll come back. Well, if the Beast does leave WWE after WrestleMania, it will bring his second run to an end with the company after 6 years.
Well, during that time, Lesnar's won the Universal Championship, the WWE Championship. He famously ended the Undertaker's undefeated streak at WrestleMania when he faced him at WrestleMania 30.
Which is Dan's choice for WNR149, Dan's choice for WrestleMania, WNR149. Listen to it. Okay, so the next bit of news, fantastic. The Miz and Maurice announced birth of daughter Monroe Sky Mizanin on Instagram. See, they announced the birth of the daughter. Why are you not happy about this? On Wednesday, the Miz confirmed the newest member of the family arrived shortly before midnight Tuesday night. Although the Miz continued to appear at WWE shows as the IC champion, he told a radio show earlier that week he was ready to head home at a moment's notice. He said he would even miss WrestleMania if he was. My wife is pregnant and she'll get ready to burst at any moment, so my phone is always on. I'm waiting on her basically to call and say, hey, you got to go, he said. I'll go 100%. My wife once asked one thing. She said, listen, I just want you there. I want you to be there. I want you to share this moment with you, the person that I love. And it's beautiful that Miz can do this and then successfully defend his Intercontinental Championship against Seth Rollins and Finn Balor at WrestleMania 34.
On to better news. 7 titles will be on the line at Saudi Arabia's greatest Royal Rumble event. WWE will be going all out for Saudi Arabia as the company today announced the Rumble event will feature 7 championship matches along with the 50-man Battle Royal. The event taking place on Friday 27th of April at the 60,000-seater King Abdullah Sports City Stadium in Jeddah. We'll see the WWE Universal title. We'll see the WWE title, Universal title, Intercontinental title, US title, Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, as well as the Cruiserweight title, all on the line. The women's titles are missing from the list with the strict rules for women in the country. The women might not make this trip.
Yeah, I know. It's disgusting, Dan, isn't it? That women are not allowed to wrestle in Saudi Arabia, so there's only 7 out of the 9 championships on the line.
Well, WWE's biggest names, including John Cena, Triple H, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura. No, I can't see Bobby Roode on that, so he must not be one of the biggest
Roode's on
names.
there, Dan.
No, he's not.
What did you just say?
He's
Bobby Roode's name?
fucking not on there.
You say his name.
And others. There you go. There's Bobby Roode's name. And
others.
We'll be doing this trip. Rumoured for an appearance are Chris Jericho and The Undertaker.
Well, the show is part of a 10-year contract that WWE signed with Saudi Arabia, paying millions and millions of dollars for WWE for these shows. Up next, more news, and this was on BBC.
Well, don't ask WWE star Ronda Rousey about her return to MMA. She's a wrestler now, not an MMA fighter, and you'll be wise to remember that.
Well, in an interview with ESPN's Golic and Wingo talk, what the fuck? The focus shifted from Rousey's new wrestling career to her former days as an MMA fighter, and she was asked when she knew it was time to give it up. Rousey simply responded by saying, "I never said that."
The presenter said, so there's a possibility you could go back in time, later clarifying that he meant by saying go back in time and fight, go back into the octagon.
But Rousey had clearly heard enough by this point and simply responded with, "I do not have the ability to go back."
So that was awkward, but Rousey eventually answered Golic's question by leaving the door open to her MMA return, stating that she did not know whether she'd fight in the octagon again. Looking on the bright side, though, Golic had something to be grateful for from this whole experience. At least Ronda Rousey didn't do to him what she did to Triple H during contract negotiations upon joining the WWE.
Well, unfortunately, Golic wasn't the only report to get on Rousey's nerves this week. On ESPN's First Take, presenter Max Kellerman repeatedly referenced Rousey's first UFC loss to Holly Holm in 2015, suggesting that everyone may have thought she was overrated at the time. She said, "I experienced a lot of people who quote some people that are really just afraid to state their own opinion," Rousey said in the interview, implying that the claims that she was overrated were actually Kellerman's own thoughts.
Well, the ESPN reporter tried to defend his integrity, but Rousey sarcastically responded to his claims that he was supporting her by saying, "Well, thank you for defending me like that."
Photographer close to the athlete spoke about his opinions on Rousey's recent interviews on Twitter, addressing the MMA media by saying, "Ronda owes you nothing."
Well, others felt that Rousey had perhaps reacted in an unfair way to the interviewer's question, saying, "But let's keep it real, Max Kellerman is the quintessential professional and Ronda Rousey was pure petty."
Yeah, but some asked the question, why does she do the interviews at all? Knowing like she's going to be asked about MMA, do you know what I mean? She clearly hates doing them, but, you know, they want to talk about fighting career and she obviously doesn't, so, you know.
Well, basically, the moral of the story is don't say anything bad to Ronda Rousey, instead just watch her beat some people up, whether that's in the wrestling ring or the UFC octagon.
Hulk Hogan reportedly in discussions to WWE return after sex tape scandal.
Yes! Well, they are at the Superdome.
Yeah, they are. They come out at the Superdome.
Well, Hulk Hogan reportedly could return to the WWE a 5th or 6th or 7th time. Per a report, conversations are underway for Hogan, at 64 years old, to return to the company. Discussions began several weeks ago.
Well, in a statement, WWE noted that we've had discussions with Terry Bollea, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan, about how he can help others learn from his mistakes. Yeah, no shit. However, he's not under contract with WWE. Hogan could return as an authority role for a SmackDown brand, adding that it fits logically given that Shane McMahon has taken a leave of absence for his role as SmackDown Live storyline commissioner, and Daniel Bryan has returned as a pro wrestler, but that's just a guess.
Well, Hogan was fired by the WWE in 2015 after a video from years prior surfaced and showed Hogan launching into a racist tirade. Hogan also found himself engaged in a lengthy lawsuit against Gawker Media after a sex tape of his was circulated publicly. Ultimately won that case and earned a $31 million settlement after bankrupting Gawker. Well, the former WWE superstar was one of the most popular and accomplished wrestlers in his heyday and remains an icon in the wrestling business.
Yeah, but Hulk Hogan says he still needs to apologise to all the wrestlers for racist comment. You see, on Saturday, TMZ Sports released a video interview with Hogan, who addressed former World Heavyweight Champion Mark Henry's suggestion that he should apologise to every black wrestler in WWE if he wants to return to the company.
So it's like, get into the wrestling locker room and go, right, can all the black people please line up? Whites, it doesn't concern you.
Whites.
Asians, you might want to stick around for this bit.
Blacks to the back. Can you go to the back of the locker room, please? All right, we'll come to the back. White guys can do what you want. Yeah, exactly. That's a problem. Hogan says, I totally agree with him, he said. Not to the black wrestlers, to all the wrestlers. What I said was way out of line, I'm forever sorry. Henry told TMZ Sports in February after an apology to all existing African-American talent, Hogan will be welcomed back because we are a forgiving world.
Well, WWE terminated his contract with Hogan in 2015 after leaked video footage from a previously released sex tape showed him making racial slurs about his daughter's then boyfriend, who is black, and saying everyone is a little racist.
Well, that's fine then, isn't it? Yeah, but I'm a little bit rapey. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit racist.
You're a little bit... No.
See. Well, he said 8 years ago I used offensive language during a conversation. Hogan said it was unacceptable for me to have used that offensive language, and there's no excuse for it, and I apologise for having done it. I mean, you know, do we want Hogan back? I don't know. Dan, what do you think?
It doesn't really bother me if Hogan comes back. I mean, you know, what happened last time he was there, you know, he interfered in a Sting Triple H match. Year before that, he said a few lines, fucked him up. Yeah. You know, it doesn't really bother me. I don't miss him. I wouldn't mark out if he was there.
No. I know fans would, but like at the end of the day, like I said, if you think Kurt Angle looks bad now, imagine what Hogan's going to be like trying to remember lines. You know, Mick Foley and people like this. But hey, Hogan is coming back, so deal with it, everybody, but just not for WrestleMania. So former WWE star Vader underwent successful open heart surgery, confirms Sun.
The son of former world champion Vader announced Monday the 62-year-old underwent successful open heart surgery. C. White tweeted the procedure was worse than we had expected and Vader has a long road for recovery.
I want to let everybody know that I just spoke to the surgeon. The surgery was a success, but it was worse than expected. Did you just say that? Long road for recovery. We'll keep you posted. Thank you for your prayers.
Well, Vader revealed last Wednesday that he was in Dallas and would undergo the surgery. He announced in 2016 doctors had diagnosed congestive heart failure and given him 2 years to live. Vader elaborated on the diagnosis in a December 2016 interview with Hannibal TV. He said he had been in a car accident, which led doctors to examine his overall level of health.
I was in a medical centre and I was seeing my doctor, who's actually an MD and heart specialist, came into the room, Vader said. They said, we've been looking at your heart, and I said, who are you? I didn't recognise the guy. He said, we've been looking at your heart, and that's the deal.
Well, in his prime, Vader was one of the most impressive big men in wrestling. Guys his size weren't supposed to hit moonsaults off the top rope. Vader had a number of excellent matches with the likes of Sting, Ric Flair and Mick Foley in WCW throughout the early to mid-90s. He and Flair wrestled in the main event of Starrcade 93, with Flair winning in his adopted hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, although his run in the WWF was largely underwhelming, his work both in WWE and Japan are more than enough to warrant inductions into the WWE Hall of Fame. Vader helped induct Stan Hansen in 2016, but he's yet to receive the honour himself. The next bit of news, WWE is still planning UK wrestling show in one open performance centre to train future stars. So the planned television programme focusing on exclusive British talent hadn't yet come to fruition.
The wrestling company wants to do a UK wrestling show following a tournament that saw Tyler Bate crowned its first ever WWE UK champion. But the British Executive Talent show has yet failed to materialise. WWE is still working hard to get the programme off the ground, and it is also booking and dropping dates for the tapings.
Well, in this week's this week we found out there's a lot of movement going on behind the scenes when it comes to the often delayed UK project. WWE does have a date booked in December in Margate, Kent, and may have others. And that is huge news for us, Dan, because we are based South East Kent.
Well, we are a pair of Kent.
Margate is not that far away. So I think the WNR will be doing live shows there with all the fans.
And you can tune in to watch me in the ring.
Yeah. Well, it should be noted that there are a lot of dates booked for UK TV tapings and have cancelled them quietly. It's also suggested that plans include opening a WWE training centre with British trainers being sent here to learn a company style.
The report added the idea is still to do tapings and run a UK and eventually open a training centre with the idea of bringing UK trainers to Florida, like Johnny Moss already did, to teach them how WWE people trained and have them run it.
Yeah. Well, WWE confirms WrestleMania 34 will be 7 hours long. Now, while it was largely expected, WWE now confirmed that WrestleMania on Sunday will be 7 hours in length.
This includes 2 hours of the pre-show, 5 hours for the main event, which is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. Eastern. There are currently 13 matches booked for the show, with a 14th, John Cena versus The Undertaker, yet to be officially announced. It's likely that the two of those matches will air on the pre-show, giving us 12 matches on the main card between 7 and midnight.
Yeah, or for us, midnight and 5 o'clock in the morning, which is going to be fantastic. But it's quite weird because WWE Network released their next week's live schedule. Yeah, so Monday will be a ride along with Bobby Roode, the glorious Bobby Roode, Dan, AJ Styles, Jinder Mahal and Sun Yu Singh.
Well, Tuesday, 20 past 10, it will be 205 Live, Andrews versus Drew Gulak.
Yeah, on Wednesday we'll have brand new NXT, which will feature the finals of the Dusty Road Classic and Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan. All this stuff is what we're going to be watching on our live shows.
Yes. Thursday at 4:30 Eastern, it will be a marathon of Mixed Match Challenge leading up to the WWE Network premiere of the finals.
Yeah, exactly. On the live shows we'll have the Mixed Match Challenge final as well. Then at 3 p.m, Flashback Friday will have the theme of Hall of Fame. Or if you want a Hall of Fame theme, why don't you go back and listen to the WNR WWE's Hall of Fame special that we just released, which is a cracking episode.
At 3 p.m. Eastern, it will be WWE 24, WrestleMania 30.
Yeah. Well, speaking of WrestleMania 30, Dan, didn't we do that for your WrestleMania
We
choice?
did indeed, yes.
WNR149 we released on Saturday. And then we get WrestleMania's Greatest Moments on the same day, along with WWE 24 Goldberg, which we have seen.
At 7 p.m. Eastern, it will be the Hall of Fame red carpet pre-show, followed by the Hall of Fame ceremony, which is slated to run from 8 to 11.
And then on Saturday at 7 p.m, the NXT Takeover pre-show, followed by the proper show at 8 p.m. Eastern. It'll run to about 2.5 hours, and what we're going to do, we'll be there live at 11 p.m. UK time, GMT. We'll be live for NXT Takeover pre-show, and then we'll run till about, 12:30 or so, 1:45, before we get ready for the event itself.
Yes, and then Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern, it will be the 2-hour WrestleMania 34 kickoff. The second hour will be simulcast on the USA Network. This will be followed by the show proper at 7 p.m. Eastern and is slated to run until midnight.
And for us, it starts at midnight, but we'll be live at 10 p.m. for the WrestleMania live kickoff. And like I said, we've got so much already. Episode with 205 Live. We're going to have the Mixed Match Challenge final, WrestleMania facts. We're going to run through the card, in-depth analysis on everything called shout-outs as well, and maybe a few games. But we'll carry on the news.
We've got some departures. And Chrissy Olsen, known to fans of WWE and NXT as Chrissy St. Cloud, is no longer working with the company as her contract reportedly expired and both sides chose to manually part ways. Since that time, Cloud has changed her social media handles back to Chrissy Reports, as she had labelled them prior to working with WWE. On that note, Cloud had worked on AfterBuzz TV before WWE hired her back in 2017. She was no stranger to the wrestling world, coming in, having worked on the independents as well.
Alright, so now we move on to injuries, and Drew McIntyre has determined to get back to work as soon as possible. NXT title to Cien at TakeOver, but he also went down with a torn bicep in the process. Since then, Drew has worked hard to recuperate and continues to strengthen himself. McIntyre had the surgery necessary for that kind of injury, and since then he's been training for a return to reclaim the top spot in NXT. If he plays his cards right, it might only be a matter of time before the former chosen one finds himself on the main roster once again. I'll let you talk about McIntyre. Go on, Dan. Go on.
But Drew McIntyre isn't taking anything for granted and grinding every day to keep himself in peak condition.
He's jacked and ripped.
He said he's lifting 397 pounds at this point, which is more than he was able to bench before his corrective procedure.
See how fucked up is that, eh?
Only time will tell how soon it will be until the NXT universe gets a return of Drew McIntyre. Judging by the looks of it, we can see McIntyre back in the ring very soon.
I don't want him to come to NXT. If he goes there, I want him to make his main roster debut. Night after WrestleMania, fucking up Roman Reigns. That's what everybody wants to see.
Well, we've got some more injuries, and WWE changes Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic due to injury. WWE superstar Tyler Bate is currently out of action with a minor knee injury. As indicated in recent NXT TV tapings, Bate and Trent Seven were replaced by Roderick Strong and UK champion Pete Dunne in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Yeah, that's a shame. We really liked Mustache Man, didn't we? But we both went sanity in that, so it doesn't affect our choices. But no word yet on when Bate suffered the injury, but he worked several Rev Prime Progress matches in February, including a fun match for Progress on February 25th. He also worked a Riptide Wrestling event on March 2nd, but did not appear for the related event the next night. Bates' last W appearance came for NXT and WWE205 in late January and in the first week of February. The angle with Dunn Strong being put into the Dusty Classic tournament was done on March 7th, just a few days after the Riptide event.
It looks like Bate isn't planning on being out of the ring for long, as he and Seven have been announced to face the Untouchables at the Progress Cross EPW event on April 18th in Perth, Western Australia. Bate, Seven and Dunn are also announced for the Progress MCW and Progress PWA shows in Melbourne and Sydney that same week. Bate is also scheduled for just one indie appearance in New Orleans during WrestleMania 34 weekend, the Progress event on Hall of Fame Friday.
And big news about Fish. And due to Bobby Fish injury, the Undisputed Era will be represented by Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, which means Cole will pull double duty that. After this is massive spoilers, but don't worry. Which means Cole will pull double duty that night as he will compete in a ladder match to crown the first ever NXT North American champion, and then have to do the same thing with Undisputed Era. Fish is expected to be out of action for 6 months after undergoing surgery to prepare torn MCL and torn ACL back on March 9th. So the winner of the Dusty Finals faces the Undisputed Era at TakeOver, but Fish is in trouble at the moment. So that is it. You know, a couple of injury moves mucking up the Dusty Classic, but apart from that, that is news. So now we're moving on to our favourite bit of the month. It is NXT Update. And when does that start, Dan?
Now!
Episode 439, 14th of March.
Well, Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness and Percy Watson welcome us into tonight's show. They preview tonight's contract signing between Alister Black and Andrade Cien Almas.
Well, our first match of the night is going to be Sanity, Eric Young and Alexander Wolf versus Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss in Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So yes, it is first round action. And it's going to be Sanity, our picks, versus Sabatelli and Moss. But they are a young up-and-coming team, even though they've had problems recently. So they might have a chance here. But I think, you know, with Sanity, what do they have to do if they want to beat this team of Moss and Sabatelli?
Just leave Alexander Wolf in the ring. I mean, he's a fucking crazy nutter himself.
Well, he is. They're already bicycle-kicking Sabatelli.
Oh, as he gets hung up on the top rope, though, by Riddick. And Sanity have certainly got the numbers in there. They've got Killian Dane and Nikki Angry Cross ringside.
And Sabatelli wanted to tag, and now they're going to go to team up. Alexander Wolf. And like I said, yeah, numbers advantage. I think that's why I got Sanity for. In the Dusty Classic, they deserve another opportunity, don't they, at the era. And to win a Dusty Classic would be great. Oh, my word. And that was a lovely height there by Tino Sabatelli, who himself is pretty excellent. You know what I mean? He's getting there.
You and that you're banned from using that word. That is going with retains.
No.
And what other words can't you say? Fucking.
No. What words can't I say? Strategy.
You're not allowed. You can't say strategy.
Innovative.
Absolute. Innovative. And anything like that. We're going part of words you cannot say anymore. You've overused that word already for me today.
Well, I feel that if they are, I will say it, you know, and at this moment in time, Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli have taken over on Alexander Wolf. Maybe a bit of surprise here, but taking the big man out, the leader, Eric Young's not come in yet.
Oh, a neck breaker there. Goes for the cover.
Oh.
But Wolf managing to get his shoulder up at 2. And Riddick, a taller Tony Nese.
Well, he is quite a big man, isn't he? You know, so maybe there is opportunity for these men down the line if it be a tag team or in singles. But at the moment, with the Dusty Rhodes Classic,
tags in Sino Tabatelli.
Well, I'll tell you something, Dan. With the Dusty Rhodes Classic being on the line, oh no, it's a huge opportunity for them. But Moss just clocked Sabatelli off the apron. I'm sure it's an accident, but
well, we're going to see cracks in this young team.
Well, speaking of young, he just gets a hot tag from Alexander Wolf. He's come out taking Sabatelli down. Moss off the apron.
Oh, a lovely leg lariat there from Eric Young. And he just runs through. Eric Young is fired up for this one. Irish Whip reversal. Oh, a lovely bump by Eric Young, though. Screaming in, hyping himself up. Scoop slam there, looking for the big elbow off the top.
Well, he might be a fry short of a Happy Meal, but yeah, like you said, the unstable Eric Young. Beautiful elbow.
1, 2. Oh. But Moss pulls Eric Young to the outside, breaking up the 3 count.
But look at Nikki Cross off the apron.
Flying Nikki crossbody.
She takes down.
I'd rather take a crossbody from her than Killian Dane, to be fair.
Right on Moss's body. And now Sabatelli is in trouble with Wolf and Young.
A lovely double team maneuver there.
1,
2, 3. And Sanity advance to the next round of the Tag Team Classic.
Well, our Sanity at their best there. Like I said, strength in numbers, but Dane didn't have to get involved. Nikki Cross, probably the most dangerous of them all. She wants success for a team. She hates Undisputed Era. You've got to remember for the attacks that they've done on Sanity as well. And it's a chance to get there. Impressive, but there is cracks starting to show between Sabatelli and Moss.
Yes, most definitely. Are they going to do a Michaels Jannetty breakup?
I don't think they're big enough to do that, are they?
Or a Ciampa Gargano
No,
breakup?
not big enough to. Darren Young, Titus O'Neil breakup.
Yeah.
Prime time breakup. Are they?
Well,
anyway,
we will see.
We will see. Let's get an update now because, yes, Sanity have beaten Sabatelli and Moss and advanced to the second round. So it's a Dusty Classic. So we've already seen last week. Well, the last update we saw Authors of Pain beating TM6-1, and we've still got Heavy Machinery and Street Profits on the left-hand side of the Dusty Classic.
Yes, and on the right-hand side, we saw Sanity beat Sabatelli and Moss, and we've got Only Lorcan and Only Lorcan, one of our favourite tag teams, going up against, well, it would have been going up against one of our favourite tag teams of Mustache Mountain, but they've since been replaced by Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. We'll see how it develops.
Whoa. Tommaso Ciampa comes out to the ring.
Ciampa.
The crowd holding up tons of Johnny Gargano signs. Ciampa's getting booed hard. He wants a mic, but the crowd won't let him talk, and he's getting increasingly frustrated and drops the mic in the ring.
When he heads out of the ring and the entire place is booing him and holding up Gargano signs, Ciampa sucks, rings out as he slowly circles the ring. Ciampa heads back to the stage with the crowd yelling, "We want Johnny," and start up a "Hey, hey, hey, goodbye" song. So Ciampa is hated for getting rid of Gargano.
He's getting some heat.
Right, next we've got Dakota Kai versus Lacey Evans. And Kai is out with a slightly taped up shoulder. Tries for a running kick right off the bat. Evans ducks it, wrenches her arm and starts dropping some knees on the injured shoulder.
Evans with a submission. Kai is able to reverse out of it, roll up Evans and get a quick victory.
Yeah, so the new generation of Bayley gets a bit of a surprise there over Lacey Evans. Both of these women, of course, in the Mae Young Classic. Dakota Kai had a bit of problems with Baszler recent weeks, hasn't she? You know, so and as soon as I say that, you'll never guess what, Dan. Here comes the Queen of Spades, the most dangerous woman in NXT, Shania Baszler. And is she going to put down Dakota Kai? Well, this is not a match. This is just going to be an assault. Look at Kai. She looks actually quite scared here. Credit to her. You're going to get in trouble.
Get out of the ring then.
Maybe she's just like a rabbit in the headlights. She can't move. Baszler bearing down on her.
But Ember Moon's music hits. She's not going to have any of this bullying on her watch.
Do you think Baszler's scared of Ember Moon? You really think that? She's not moving. She's staring at Ember Moon. Ember Moon's got the microphone.
So you really want to do this again, Shayna? She says Baszler started it, but Moon is going to finish it at Takeover New Orleans.
Oh, here we go. Moon just gone for Baszler. That's a mistake of a lifetime.
Where's Kai?
Baszler's just taken down the women's champion Ember Moon with ease.
But Ember Moon has reversed it with relative ease as well.
Well, the referee's out here. Baszler there. Look at that. Moon has to grab the hair of Shania.
Well, I don't see how you've went from being one of Ember Moon's #1 fans to absolutely hating her.
I don't hate Moon.
Racism?
I don't hate Moon. Baszler is the toughest woman in NXT and maybe WWE, Dan. I picked Baszler in the Mae Young Classic because she is as tough as she is. And again, it's one of these things in a year time, you'll turn around and go, yeah, you were right. And look at that. Baszler lays out Ember Moon there. Right hand. She doesn't even use right hands. She's submission based. And she knocks out the women's champion. And now she's going to finish her. Finish her. That's why. I'd love Ember Moon, but she's in way over her head here.
Oh, gets ducked by Moon. Baszler eats a big boot and she's out cold.
Uh-oh. And I do love Ember Moon's finishing, don't get me wrong.
Are we going to see an eclipse tonight?
Ah, no. Baszler with a kick to the head. And now Ember Moon's in serious trouble. She's got the arm lock on. She could break the arm of Ember Moon. Oh!
Boom! Dakota Kai from behind.
2-on-1. Is that what it takes to attack? Ember Moon needs Dakota Kai to help her out.
Well, she shouldn't have started a fight that she couldn't finish. Have that for an eclipse with one arm.
Okay, that's impressive by Ember Moon. Hit the eclipse on Baszler. But yes, with just one arm, we should have pin her after that. I'm not so sure. But one thing we do know for sure, it's official now. It's the NXT Women's Championship. Ember Moon will face Shayna Baszler, NXT Takeover New Orleans.
What? Yet another opportunity for Shayna Baszler. I mean, what happened to the woman that actually won the Mae Young Classic? Why isn't she getting opportunity after opportunity?
Because she got choked out by Baszler on the last NXT update, and that's why Sane's not up for her opportunity, because Baszler beat her. But anyway, Dad, don't let facts get in your way of a good story, all right? So, next match.
Next match is Street Profits versus Heavy Machinery for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
So who's going to go through and face Authors of Pain? I mean, like I say, it's not that great a prize, is it? Yes, you go through to the Dusty Classic next round, but you have to face the AOP. So Heavy Machinery here versus Street Profits. Who are you backing in this match?
Gonna back the Street Profits.
I quite like the size of Heavy Machinery. Street Profits, I want to see a little bit more, what's the word? A bit more character from. We have been seeing a bit of that, though, haven't we? In backstage segments.
Millions of dollars. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. I mean, you know, I think they've got potential, and I see that potential in them.
Yeah, but Otis Dozovic in there for Heavy Machine. Look at the size of him. Knocking him down like a bulldozovich.
Oh, and he's taking a sip. Well, he backs his way up into the corner. It's not a cup of soup, Dozovic. You can't eat it.
Oh, no. Ford is going to off it, though. And a huge drink chant. And Dozovic has just downed it.
And it seems to be psyching him up. I think he's got some steroids in it.
Oh!
As he throws a cup in the air. Ford?
Yes.
Looks to catch the cup, and then he gets run through by Dozovic. Tags in Tucker Knight.
Oh, Dawkins gets caught with a drop kick by the even bigger man.
He's not even there, is he?
No. And now they're setting him up. Uh-oh, here comes Ford.
But he gets caught by Heavy Machinery.
Well, skinning the cat, and now he's in trouble.
And they use him as a battering ram to go down very low on his partner.
Oh, my word. Well, that'll make him sing soprano. Knight going for the pin, but Ford managing to kick out. And now a huge bear hug by Knight.
As he's shaking the life out of Ford.
This is what Heavy Machinery need to do, just use their strength. Carve the ring for the Street Profits.
Oh, looking for a backdrop. Gets a tag into Dawkins, who runs through Tucker Knight. Huge drop kick there.
Dawkins got a bit of size with him, hasn't he, as he comes in.
Well, that's what makes a good tag team. We've got a bigger guy, and then you've got a smaller, skinnier, more athletic guy.
Yeah, it's like the Heavy Machinery. You've got a bigger guy, and then they've got an even bigger guy. Dawkins wearing him down low. Uh-oh.
Lou Fez press now, Dawkins.
That is the biggest Lou Fez press I've seen. Uh-oh, now they're calling for it. Is it the Tucker train? Heavy Machinery want to go through the next round. Dozovic picks up Dawkins.
Oh, but Ford there, low bridging him, sending him to the outside. Dawkins plants Dozy, tags in Ford.
Oh, Ford got the tag, now he's off the top. Oh!
Jesus Christ, that's the biggest frog splash I've ever seen.
3.
And Street Profits get the victory and book themselves into a match with the Authors of Pain.
Yeah, good news, bad news. You know, you're winners, but, you know. But no, what a fantastic leaping ability there by Montez Ford, and they seem happy about it. Prize in my eyes, Street Profits getting the victory. But are you happy with the match?
I am, yeah. You know, it was over rather quickly. I mean, made the Street Profits actually look quite good in this. You know, there was a couple of comedy moments in there as well.
Yeah, it had a bit of everything, didn't it? And it was quite enjoyable as the Dusty Classic continues. Next week in NXT, but up next, it is going to be the WWE UK Championship on the line.
It is Pete Dunne, the current WWE UK Champion, going against Adam Cole with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish.
I thought you'd be happy that Pete Dunne could beat up Adam Cole for a little while. You know?
I just think he's a smug-looking cunt with them 2 pair of fucking melts carrying them undeserved title belts. And they got that stupid fucking hand logo thing that they fucking do.
Don't hold back. Tell me how you really feel.
Adam Cole, baby.
Well, of course they
fucking putting 2 fingers up in the air. I'll put 2 fingers up each fucking nostril and rip your head down to my fucking knee, you cunt.
This team will be on the updated list of top factions, Dan.
No, they won't.
Era, they will.
If they go on the list, I will cut the podcast.
Don't tempt me. Do not tempt me. I will go back and edit the podcast we just done now. That was one on Sunday. We did, of course, WNR151. Top 15 factions, find out who was there. Did the Undisputed Era make the list? Has Dan left the podcast forever? Probably not a great spoiler, seeing as he's here right now, but still, Fish and O'Reilly are tag team champions. Adam Cole could become the very first American to walk out UK champion here tonight. So, you got to give benefit of the doubt at the moment to the Undisputed Era. I love Pete Dunne, though. What is it about Pete Dunne, Dan?
It's just his general attitude. You know, everything about him is brilliant wrestling ability. You know, he's still very young as well.
He is.
You know, he's the Cruiserweight, and he's a classic British wrestler, and he will wrestle circles around baby.
Well, this is what we hope. This is what you can hurt him as well. You know, get him in there, try and break his fingers. This is what he does. Pete Dunne knows he's outnumbered at the moment. But that's not going to bother him because he's going straight after O'Reilly and Fish.
Yeah, and he could take the pair of them. He could take all 3 of them in a 3-on-1 handicap match.
Well, they're using Dunne different ways, aren't they? Now, you know, he's gone from a kind of heel to. Is he a bit of a tweener at the moment? Fans don't know if they like him or not. Definitely looks like a heel. But he's in. Oh.
And he's getting distracted by these 2 morons on the outside who have no place being there, let alone any place being in the NXT. And Cole going for a front face lock, but the intelligent Dunne backing into the ropes, getting the break, and coming out of a big right hand and knocking that smug look off his face. Go on, Pete Dunne, call him in. Call him in. Go on, take them both out.
And now Dunne grabs the arm of Cole and just kicks away.
And just makes him look like an idiot as he ties up his arms and wrenches back on them muggy fingers. Now stick 2 fingers up in the air.
Muggy fingers.
Now do your stupid fucking sign with your fucking hands, you cock.
Or with his cock.
No, you fucking cock.
Right, sorry, what was that say? You want
to break his wrist. Go on, Pete.
Oh, he's bent the arm back.
I hope it hurt.
Cole's saying, why'd you do that for? It's been all Pete Dunne. Look how the way he brings Adam Cole down.
Look, go on, look in his eyes as he does it.
Oh.
That's it. Show the undeserving era.
Well, Cole gone on the apron near the Undisputed Era, but Pete Dunne's not left him alone. Is Pete Dunne trying to German suplex him on the apron?
I'd like to see that. Oh, and Cole trying to get into the ring, but Pete Dunne just springboards off the second rope and just stomps on his elbow.
Anytime you get angry, you can just put this match on then, can't you? Just cheer yourself up a little bit. And now Dunne's got Adam Cole.
Oh, turns him inside out on the hardest part of the ring.
Pete Dunne looks great in this one at the moment.
As he's staring out the undeserving era.
Oh, but now Fish and O'Reilly distracting Dunne, who's on the second rope.
See, why don't the referee kick them bellends out of here?
To be fair, they didn't really do anything, did they?
Well, they climbed up onto the apron.
Yeah, to check.
They have no place to be up on the apron. If they want to check on him, we'll round to his side and speak in his ear or get him to come to the outside. You don't need to get up onto the ring unless you're participating in the match.
I'm sorry, Dan, but if you just got an injury then, I would come closer to you even though it's not allowed or for not proper etiquette. If you're injured, and that's what the Undisputed Era were doing there.
But I'm not buying it. Whatever you're selling, I'm not buying. James is a secret fan of the undeserving era. And Adam Cole trying to get the advantage, but Pete Dunne turns him inside out with a lovely suplex attempt there. But Cole unable to capitalise because he is a useless wrestler. He is a moron. I'd sooner see Mojo Rawley. Now both men trading big lefts and rights. Pete Dunne gets the upper hand and he just starts wailing away at Adam Cole. But Adam Cole can't wrestle. No selling every punch that Pete Dunne gave to him and giving a knee to the midsection. But that comes unstuck when Pete Dunne throws him into the corner and runs it with a big knee.
Well, that's fantastic by Pete Dunne. Look at that target in the arm again, like the true professional. But you got to credit Adam Cole's toughness in this one, Dan. Don't look at me like that.
No.
He's still in this match, being picked up for a powerbomb.
Only because Pete Dunne hasn't gone for a cover yet.
Well, he's gone for cover now. Oh, Adam Cole kicks out.
And he's just making Adam Cole use energy that he hasn't got by getting his shoulder up.
And now Dunne's going to maybe take his time. But with Fish and O'Reilly out there, dangerous. Oh!
Big kick across his head.
Well, that might have knocked Adam Cole out. Is he going to go for the big...
Oh, see, look. A big kick, and he just completely fucking no-sold it, and then gets a move of his own.
Out of desperation, the backstabber there by Adam Cole. Fantastically done.
He's on borrowed time in the NXT anyway.
Well, the Undisputed Era are going to dominate NXT for the years to come. And they're going to start right here, are they? Adam Cole picks up Pete Dunne. Suplex now.
Oh, no. Pete Dunne has it scouted.
Oh,
gets that grapevine in, and he's got him in kind of like a Kimura lock.
That is a great submission move there.
And he's got all his weight on Adam Cole's legs as well.
Oh, but Cole still trying to turn it into a suplex.
Pete Dunne managing to get out of it, though. Hits him with a bicycle kick.
And now Adam Cole's got him up on his shoulders. Oh!
Into a neck breaker.
New UK champion to...
I would be disappointed to call myself from the UK if he won the title.
You'd move to Canada if Adam Cole became UK
Move to
champion.
Canada, eh?
What's that all about? And now Adam Cole getting frustrated. Pete Dunne is as tough as he looks. You've got some ugly men there with Kyle O'Reilly and Pete Dunne at ringside. We've had Basler tonight as well, haven't we? And Adam Cole now just taunting Pete Dunne. Oh, fucking hell.
Pete Dunne has had enough of his taunting and hits him. Look, and again, these morons up on the apron. Get off the fucking apron, you pair of tits.
They're checking on him. They're like the corner men. You're allowed it in boxing.
Like a couple of fucking crows. This isn't boxing.
No, it's not. Adam Cole buys some time. Oh, super kick.
Oh, gets caught though.
Oh.
Catches Pete Dunne with an enziguri. And then gets punched to the back of the head.
Oh.
But then catches a super kick of his own.
Oh.
But a step up enziguri from Pete Dunne to Cole. As Dunne gets thrown into the corner.
Oh, fucking hell.
Adam Cole hits his arm.
Cole, I think, knocked out. Oh, Pete Dunne as he somersaulted. Oh, this is awesome chance. Maybe not awesome, but it's a very good match.
Any match with Cole in it would never be awesome.
Well, he's just exposed his knee.
Pete Dunne had it scouted though, ducks it. A lovely German overhead.
And look at Pete Dunne. He
Getting
feels
psyched up.
better
Can he
end
get the
time. And now O'Reilly and Fish up on the apron.
Bang, get down, I go.
Oh, forearm to Fish. Oh.
Takes out O'Reilly.
Gets back in. Oh. Super kick by Adam Cole. And now, suplex on the neck.
Looks like a very dangerous move for one to be hitting.
Very dangerous move. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, but Pete Dunne manages to kick out because Adam Cole is just not strong enough.
Oh, how close was that? I bet you thought it was a new UK champion there, didn't you? I bet you're
No
popping in your
chance.
cant.
I had no doubt in my mind.
Fight forever, chant. I mean... And now Adam Cole. Oh, he's got caught.
Rip him apart.
Dunne's got his hand. He might have broke his hand. He's still got him.
So he heard me.
Oh, Cole went for the kick, but got caught. Bitter end. Oh.
Yeah, well done. Well done. You've just cost your friend a fucking title opportunity, you fucking pair of cock.
And the Undisputed Era beating the crap out of Pete Dunne now.
Poor fucking losers. Are we watching fucking WCW Nitro? Is it fucking Hollywood Hulk Hogan in a fucking match? They've got about as much wrestling talent as each other.
Oh, wait a minute. Roderick Strong's out here. And he's got problems with the Undisputed Era.
So have I. I should be out there fighting as well.
Well, he should, but it's just Strong. But the numbers are too much. Adam Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly, Undisputed Era, beating down Roderick Strong.
Come on, Alister Black. Come in and kick them all in the face.
Black's got his own problems with CN.
He's alright. He can come here. He can spare a kick for each of these bellends.
Well, looks like Adam Cole's got a kick reserved for Roderick Strong.
Oh, but Pete Dunne's back up. And Roderick Strong and Dunne, two men fighting off three with relative ease.
What an odd combination of tag teams. You talk about polar opposites. But Strong and Dunne just got rid of the Undisputed Era. Oh my God. Well, the UK champ standing.
And the undeserving Era running away with their tails between their legs. Because they can just about manage a 3-on-1 beatdown. But a 3-on-2 beatdown is just too much for them to handle.
Well, Strong looks for a handshake, but Dunne just gives him a brush of the shoulder and heads off with his title.
Well, in the ring is NXT General Manager William Regal, who introduces Alister Black and Andrade Cien Almas for their contract signing. Black is out first, no Andrade, but Zelina is there for him. Black is looking under the table to make sure he isn't hiding nearby, and Vega is trying to get Black's attention. Listen to me when I'm talking to you. Black holds his hands out and moves the table to the side and sits in the middle of the ring. Well, at least now we're on the same level. Crowd like that line.
Vega says Andre is going to destroy and humiliate him. He says most likely Andre is much like Vega, going to come up a bit short at TakeOver. He continues making jokes and she slaps him in the face. He signs, which he does, and hands it back to Regal. Black then gets out of the ring and said he's glad Vega came out by herself because he didn't.
Candice LeRae comes out from the back and beats the heck out of Vega. She tries to run out through the crowd, but LeRae brings her back and continues swinging away. She throws Vega on the announce table. More punches. The two end up in the ring again. LeRae with a super swinging neckbreaker to finish off Vega. LeRae heads back up to the stage with Black smiling towards the ring.
So it looks like Candice LeRae and Vega's problems haven't calmed down, and Alister Black is feeling ultra confident. Are you ultra confident for Alister Black versus Cien, Dan?
I am indeed, yes. Well, whatever happens, one of my guys is going to win.
Yeah, I suppose that's another positive way of looking at things. So the next episode of NXT is episode 440, the 21st of March. And of course, the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic continues.
Ronaldo, Nigel McGuinness and Percy Watson welcome us into tonight's show as they preview Adam Cole and Cassius Ohno, which will take place later tonight.
Well, Tommaso Ciampa out to the ring with a crowd holding up Johnny Gargano signs. "You suck," Ciampa breaks out before he can even get there. Ciampa goes for the mic and boos get even louder. "We want Johnny" chant break out with a very small Psycho Killer chant that follows.
He goes to talk and the boos come out yet again. "He's gone," Ciampa finally yells. Newsflash, he's not walking down that damn aisle, he's gone. Crowd responds with a Ciampa sucks chant and he soaks that one in. Ciampa heads out of the ring, he slowly tears up some woman's sign and then another...
So Ciampa is at his heelish best here. He just told the crowd that he sucks. He says, "Johnny's gone." You can see the amount of Gargano signs.
Yeah, and some Ciampa fans have already ripped up their signs. And they're looking to rip up the person next to him as well.
Put your sign down, you're going to get hurt. Ciampa trolling the crowd.
Rips it in half, wipes his arse on it, and then throws it back to the fan.
No, that poor girl.
So please don't hurt me.
And he rips the poster in half, you son of a bitch.
I still like him.
Poor Johnny Gargano. Oh, look, the old woman.
Oh, you're doing that to an old lady?
Yeah.
She's ruthless.
He doesn't care, old or young.
He doesn't get it.
Slap him around the face, go on. Taking all these signs, takes another sign off. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Johnny Gargano's out here with a hood up.
Oh, my words.
And he starts punching away at Ciampa, finally getting some payback.
Well, security's out here. Gargano's not part of this show.
He's not even allowed to be here, James. He's breaking the rules. Just like any other fan, jumping the barricade, he should not be allowed into that ring.
The way Ciampa got rid of Gargano in NXT is an absolute disgrace. Gargano deserves another chance. Look how happy the crowd are here.
It doesn't matter what the crowd want. It's what he lost the match. He shouldn't be allowed in that arena.
Let them fight. Gargano wants Ciampa. What a moment that was.
And Ciampa doesn't want Gargano in the NXT anymore.
Wow, well, Johnny wrestling. Just as he broke Ciampa's nose.
Well, it's Johnny retired now, James.
But that was absolutely... But I think that was a fantastic segment they did just then. Fair play to them. The way the street just putting them all the way back.
Eject him from the arena immediately.
No, that's what's happening here. This is terrible.
That's what he should get. Anyone else doing that jump in the barricade to assault a professional wrestling athlete like Ciampa, they should be ejected immediately. He should be arrested.
Well, Charlie Crusoe gives us an update on the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. The winner gets a title shot at TakeOver New Orleans. We see some clips of the matches that have taken place thus far. We'll then see Tyler Bate talk about his injury that we spoke about earlier and how he won't be able to compete in the tournament.
Well, Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan will now face the new team. Roderick Strong makes a plea to fill the gap.
Who will fill the gap? And oh my God, like we talked about earlier. Hang on a minute, we'll get on to that. So who will it be? We'll find out in a minute. Backstage, Adam Cole tells Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish to hang back tonight as he takes down Cassius Ohno, so everyone can see what makes him undisputed. So you're going to get your wish. It's going to be one-on-one Ohno and Cole later tonight. But look who's just taken Roderick Strong's offer as tag team partner.
It is none other than the Cruiserweight Pete Dunne.
Yeah, we saw him last week. They didn't make a bad team sending the Undisputed Era packing, but they're going against one of our favourite teams, aren't they?
Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, they're a great tag team, and 4 even great wrestlers, I think.
Yes. And another thing we were talking about on the 205 Live episodes, in this one we've got 2 British wrestlers as well, and Pete Dunne and Danny Burch, so this should be a cracking contest. Who's going to be the last team through the first round? Of course, the winners of this go on to face Sanity, our picks in the Dusty Classic. But this should be hard hitting. We've seen a lot of Strong and a lot of Pete Dunne. Come on, Danny Burch. Come on,
Oney Lorcan.
Yeah.
It's Oney Lorcan and Roderick Strong starting off this bout.
Nice bit of mat wrestling there, but I only got the head scissors.
The Strong managing to wrestle his way out of it. He's got a lovely submission locked in there.
Well, that's not going to bother Oney. We've seen the wars between Lorcan and Burch in NXT. I kind of respect why they're teaming together. I'd love it if we have you know what I mean? Like, why can't a team, one last chance, whatever it is, like the rookie coming through and Oney Lorcan, the veteran and Danny Burch. It's like Lethal Weapon tag team, do you know what I mean? And Riggs tagging in Murtagh, he's going, I'm getting too old for this shit. Takes down Roderick Strong. They fight a tag team, it's like diplomatic immunity's just been revoked. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Hey, I'm just going to enjoy it. Just a little bit. Burch in now, though. Uh-oh.
Oh, and Pete Dunne tags himself in. A bit of British strong style wrestling now.
Oh, my God. This is going to be fantastic. Dunne and Burch. He's twisting the hand of Danny Burch. But Burch fighting it now. He can't.
Well, he gets placed down onto the mat by Pete Dunne, who's wrenching that finger back.
But Danny Burch knows how to fight this and now got both shoulders down.
Oh, nips up to his feet. Breaks the knuckle hold.
Well, that was nice. Chipping him down. Trying to stomp the face.
Oh, but Pete Dunne was wise to that.
Oh!
And Dunne looking to kind of leap over Danny Burch, but he grabbed his leg. But his other, and Oney Lorcan and Roderick Strong come in to try and break it up.
Well, my God, this is just really heating up here. Dunne has got Danny Burch in precarious position.
Just wrench him back on each of them fingers. Roderick might be strong, but he is teaming with the Cruiserweight tonight.
Yeah, and Pete might be done later on tonight. But can Danny Burch? Only Lorcan knows. Slapped by Pete Dunne, though. Slams him into the turnbuckle like he annoyed him.
Indeed. And he tags in Strong. These two guys teaming up really well at the moment.
It's like they've been together for years. The Messiah, the backbreaker, takes down Danny, but only gets showed up at 2. And let's see how they can double team.
Frequent tags here from Strong and Dunne.
Double suplex now. Oh!
Plants him face first onto the mat as they chop the front and back of Burch. Pete Dunne with a lovely cradle, rolls him up, but only gets a 2 count.
2! Dunne sends Burch flying back in the corner, but Burch finally getting the boot up.
Oh! Comes off with a lovely seated double drop kick.
That's a thing of beauty there by Danny. Can he get to Oney? Yes! Hot tag in now. Here comes Strong.
Strong comes in as well. Oney Lorcan and Strong punching and chopping each other.
Oh, and Oney Lorcan with Strong in the corner.
Comes running in with a big flying drop kick. And then a big twisting uppercut. Goes for the cover.
Oh.
Only getting a 1 count.
Only a 1, but look at the speed. He moves that huge clothesline.
2. Oh, this time getting a 2. One more time, he might get a 3.
Oh!
Oh, a lovely neck breaker there.
1, 2, 3. Oh!
Roderick Strong managing to get the shoulder up and kick out.
I love it, Oney. Look at him. Take him back in the corner. Just start uppercutting him.
Psyching himself up.
Here comes Danny Burch. Bit of double team now.
Double
Oh,
team.
no. Roderick Strong lands on his feet, pushes Burch into Oney Lorcan. And a kick and insecurity to Lorcan, and now Dunne's in on Burch.
Oh, and a big stomp to the arm.
Oh.
Turns him inside out. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Oh, but Lorcan in to break up the pinfall attempt.
Oh, my God, but not for long. Strong sends him outside, and oh.
Looking to come flying out, but Lorcan sidesteps it, catches him with a big uppercut.
You gotta love those uppercuts. Oh, my God, what's Dunne doing?
A big slap to the face.
Yes.
Both men in the middle of the ring, exchanging slaps.
And Birch getting the better of Dunn, sends him down. We're going to see an upset here. Come on, Danny Birch.
He's got a big right hand loaded.
If he could pin United Kingdom champ, such a statement. German. Oh,
a lovely German release. Only Lorcan comes in.
Oh,
an exploder, sending Roderick Strong onto Pete Dunne.
1, 2.
Danny Birch going for but Dunne managing to kick out and roll straight into like a crossface.
Yeah, he's got it in, and Lorcan stopping Strong from getting there as well.
With the half Boston.
Come on now, both tap. Only Lorcan was trained by Lance Storm, that's why he uses that, Dan. I know my facts. But Strong pushes him off.
And kicks him into Danny Birch, breaking Birch's crossface.
Oh my God, I'm not sure who's legal now. It's Pete Dunne and only... Fuck, it's not. It's Pete Dunne and Danny Birch.
Yep, they're the legal men.
Come on, Birch, put him away. Oh!
Clocks him with a big right hand. Step up enziguri from Pete Dunne. Ooh, exploder there.
That's it, Danny. And away, he's still got the power to throw Pete Dunne around. Oh, Roderick Strong gets a blind tag. Oh my God. Oh,
an assist to a backbreaker there.
Oh no, end of heartache.
Boom. Hits Danny Birch. Pete Dunne's got only Lorcan occupied on the outside. As a team of Strong Dunne.
Done strong.
They done strong, need my woman.
Done strong. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, it's good because they look quite good in this, but at Lorcan and Birch. But every time we see him, they always put in performances, didn't they? What do you think of the match?
Yeah, I thought it was a bloody good match.
My favourite bit was only Lorcan doing that.
No, it was these two guys working well together. It makes me happy.
Oh, okay, right. So next match, it is Aliyah or Nymph versus Ember Moon. It's a non-title match, but I'm a big fan of Nymph, and I want to see if Ember Moon is 100% going up to Takeover because she's got a huge challenge in front of her. Her toughest test yet is against Shayna Baszler for the women's title at Takeover New Orleans.
If you say so.
It is.
I'll say it was against Asuka, but...
She wasn't champion then.
You never said that.
Yeah, I did. That's
you implied it.
I implied. Oh, Nymph tries to go behind. Moon knocks her down. Nice head scissors by Nymph.
But Ember Moon up, and she's got a headlock on Aliyah.
How Nymph going to get out of this? Pushes Moon in the corner.
Drags her legs, spins around the top rope, and then pulls her head down. Goes for the cover, but Ember Moon managing to kick out.
And look who's here. The most dangerous woman in NXT, Shayna Baszler, making Mauro Ranallo, Percy Watson, and
Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel McGuinness be worried about her very presence. And look how easy, look how cocky she is. Joins the commentary.
She even sounds blokey.
She's scouting her opposition here. Nymph takes down Ember Moon.
Oh, and Aliyah now with a submission hold in on Ember Moon.
Baszler just watching on as the fans trying to get behind Ember Moon. I know how dangerous Baszler is. I think it's something we're going to find out at Takeover. Here comes Nymph.
Oh, Moon rolling her up, but Nymph managing to get shoulder up. Oh. And then Moon planting Aliyah face first into the canvas.
Well, Moon's offense is brilliant, but Nymph, see Moon coming in with the big feet up.
Oh, and Aliyah coming off the second rope, but getting caught by Ember Moon. Chucking her on her shoulders, saying, "This is for you, Shayna," and just plants her with a Samoan drop.
She won't be able to hit Baszler with a Samoan drop. Nice nip up low by Ember Moon.
Oh, and a big springboard forearm into the corner. Throws Aliyah out, going up the top.
Oh, we're going to see it for the second week in a row.
Bang! Plants Aliyah with the Eclipse. Gets the 3 count.
Well, Moon looked very impressive there, getting the job done. It's just great to see the Eclipse on video, and just to be able to watch the Eclipse down is a pleasure, isn't it? You know,
especially seeing it live, front row.
Well, post-match, Ember stares down Baszler for the ring. Baszler gets on the announce table, and the two talk some trash from a distance. And like we say, they will meet NXT Takeover New Orleans.
Yeah, because Ember Moon hasn't got a back turn, Shayna Baszler won't want to try and attack her.
Well, next week, Sanity versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne in the Dusty Rose Tag Team Classic.
Well, Raul Mendoza heads out for a match and again ends up attacking him on the stage and shoving him off it. Almas heads to the ring with Zelina Vega. Almas cuts the promo in Spanish and in English. He tells Alister Black, "You didn't respect me. I called you out, you piece of shh." He wants Black to face him. Zelina cheers him on, but he doesn't get on the mic.
No, but we found out that Alister Black will be on next week's episode of NXT.
Well, NXT GM William Regal says next week he'll be making an announcement that will change the landscape of NXT forever.
Oh, I wonder what that could be. Well, that's our main event now. It is the Undisputed Era's Adam Cole going against Cassius Ohno. And Cassius Ohno looks a bit like Adam Cole will in about 15 years' time. I love Cassius Ohno. Don't get me wrong, but different body shapes, and they're going to go collar and elbow tie up.
Are you fat shaming someone, James?
I'm not fat shaming someone. I'm not fattest. He is. Oh no. Nice take to Adam Cole. I do like Cassius Ohno. Fantastic. Don't get me wrong. History with as Chris Hero, and of course knockout artist. He's an ever present on NXT now. He's one of those guys that's going to stay on there, not really get pushed, and just help the other talent. We saw him losing to Velveteen Dream and others like this, haven't we? You know. And Adam Cole wants to be Cassius Ohno 1-on-1.
My mum taught me if I've got nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. So that's why I'm being quiet.
Nice shoulder block by Adam Cole, and then the Adam Cole, baby. Oh no, dodging it. Fantastic leapfrog by him, but Adam Cole responds in kind. Leapfrog.
Oh, that was beautiful. Adam Cole jumping up into the air, getting a big boot in the chest from Cassius Ohno. Running senton. Punish him.
Yeah, well, Pete Dunne beat the crap out of him last week, and now Cassius Ohno's doing it this week.
And a big chop to Cole's chest.
But a nice jawbreaker by Adam Cole. Sends Ohno back to the corner.
But Ohno tosses him to the outside. Hopefully he's touching his knee. Yes.
Oh, he looks like he has.
Yes.
Oh, he suffered an injury there. He went down quite quickly. Referee's checking him now.
I hope he's hurt. Go on, Ohno. Boot his fucking muggy.
We don't like seeing any injuries in NXT, Dan. Especially Adam Cole. And
when he was playing possum.
Hello, possums! And he kicks Ohno square in the face. Oh, my word.
And he mounts him and starts punching away. And then kicks him in the chest.
No. Adam Cole shaking off. He was fine all along. It was just strategy. The leader of the Undisputed Era. Can he put Cassius Ohno away? We are back from the break, and Adam Cole just been beating down Cassius Ohno the majority of it.
Oh, as Cassius Ohno eats a big back elbow and a bicycle kick from Adam Cole. Goes for a cover, but Cassius Ohno managing to kick out. A swinging neck breaker from Cole. Goes for the cover again, but Ohno managing to get his shoulder up at 2.
And now look at Adam Cole. Look at the cleverness of him just wearing Cassius Ohno down. Knows he's carrying more body weight. Knows he can last longer in the ring. And just keeping him down at this moment in time.
And the backstabber by Cole goes into the cover, but Cassius Ohno managing to kick out at 2.
Adam Cole. Cassius Ohno got out of submission, but Adam Cole still in control. Tries a suplex. Ohno lands on his feet low. And a huge right hand to huge right hand to Adam Cole, knocking him out. You just love it when Adam Cole gets hit in the face, don't you?
I do.
But has he got enough left in his tank?
Oh, and he walks into a big knee from Cassius Ohno, looking for a punch, but Ohno kicks the hand away and then runs through him with a big elbow, another big boot.
Uh-oh. Ohno might be in a bit of trouble there. Now what's Cassius got planned? Oh!
Big leg drop.
Oh yeah, a cravat into the cover as well. Very impressive. Cole managing to kick out.
Cassius Ohno hitting Adam Cole with a big right hand. Irish whip reversal. Cassius Ohno rolling over the top rope.
Well, that was lovely by Ohno. Returns with a big boot.
Oh! And a spinning big boot to the face as well.
I don't know how Adam Cole's getting shoulder up. Showing the heart, the determination and the courage of a true warrior here. This is what we're seeing from Adam Cole. Still managing to be in this fight. I'm becoming a fan more and more each week with Adam Cole. You know that, Dan? And I think you are.
Well, you're becoming a cunt more and more each week then, aren't you?
You are what you eat, you cock. So, Ohno now looking to put Adam Cole away. Come on, Adam, that's it. Look at this. Holds down on Cassius Ohno.
Just clocks him with a big right hand.
Huge forearm, but just annoyed Adam Cole. Look at this. A flurry of like 15 forearms. Oh!
But Cole runs into a big boot.
Oh! But Adam Cole managing to suplex him. Oh!
Cassius Ohno managing to get the shoulder up at 2.
2. You got to be impressed with Adam Cole. Absolutely fantastic between him and Cassius Ohno there.
I've never been impressed with Adam Cole.
You're nodding your head right now. I can tell everybody here. Yeah, why are you wearing an Undisputed Era t-shirt? Why? You have to hoodwink the audience, eh? Adam Cole now. Adam Cole's going to finish off Cassius Ohno. Knee exposed. Here comes Adam Cole. Oh!
Gets caught by Ohno. He rolls through.
Oh, no.
Oh, hangs him up on the top rope. Gives him a big elbow to the face. Bang.
Oh.
Elbow to the back of Cole's head.
Oh, my God. Adam Cole might be in serious trouble there. Hit the steel ramp.
As Ohno carries him back to the ring, throws him in there. Hits him with a super kick. Cassius Ohno goes down to one knee. Gets hit with a second. Unable to drop him to the mat.
Well, Adam Cole's going to put away a super kick to the face.
A third super kick.
Another suplex. Oh!
Going for that shoulder breaker yet again. And Cassius Ohno still not down and out. He's sitting up in a prone position.
There you go. Do you know what you call that? The last shot. Adam Cole knocking out Cassius Ohno. And the last shot there gets Adam Cole a very hard-fought victory. And look, it wasn't a handicap match, Dan. There was no interference from Fish and O'Reilly. You've got to be impressed by Adam Cole, haven't you?
No.
What do you think of the match?
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't anything to write home about.
I feel negative. You are.
I
Don't
have
worry.
honestly not seen anything that impressed me by that moron.
I think the last 2 matches we've seen him with Pete Dunne and just now Cassius Ohno prove that he's quite good in the ring, and that was a very good match as well, Dan. I know you're not going to admit to it, but I think it's very good. I'm just putting evidence there, and you can make your decision, can't you? Everybody knows that 2 good matches, and if you're not impressed with Adam Cole,
you know, you're all entitled to your own opinions, and I'm entitled to mine.
Exactly. So we move on to our next episode 441, the 28th of March. This is William Regal's big announcement, and of course the Dusty Rhodes Classic continues.
Well, earlier today, Tommaso Ciampa showed up at the arena to a chorus of boos. He's asked how he's feeling by WWE cameras and doesn't answer. He catches up with William Regal and asks him what kind of place is he running here. He says Johnny Gargano needs to be dealt with for attacking him and shut his own house. Regal says it will be Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano in an unsanctioned match at NXT Takeover New Orleans. If Gargano wins, he'll be back in NXT. If Ciampa wins, then Gargano is banished from NXT forever.
What a huge fucking match that is. We've been wanting Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano for, how long now? Maybe a year nearly. And we're finally getting it at TakeOver New Orleans. That should be a classic encounter, Dan, shouldn't it?
It should be, yeah. You know, these two have had a heated rivalry ever since Ciampa turned on Gargano. And, an unsanctioned match, though. Why isn't this what they're doing at WrestleMania? I mean, they not so much fire someone, but they kick someone out of NXT for losing a match. And now if he wins, he's back. If he's not, then he's gone forever.
Yeah. I think it's just a bit unfortunate that the storylines have overlapped at this time without Ciampa's, his injury to what happened to him kept him out for about 6 months, and maybe they would have done this sooner. But to still have it now, I think there's enough for me. It's a personal aspect. I care more about this storyline than I do about the Zayn and Owens one. Even though it's Daniel Bryan involved, I think for me, the Ciampa Gargano story,
it's a lot more personal.
I think it's been the best story told in NXT. If we look at it, if they have the right endings to it, you look at all the DIY stuff they did together, all that kind of thing, and I think it can really steal the show at TakeOver New Orleans. Right, Regal heads out to the ring for a big announcement. He says NXT will be introducing the North American Championship. Oh, what big news that is. Regal goes to talk more about the title, and he's going to announce the next participant, or the first participant, in this ladder match. Let's see the reaction this guy gets.
NXT is the brand where week in and week out we bring you the very best competitors from around the world. And as NXT continues to grow and expand, it is imperative that we determine the standard bearers, the measuring sticks for what it means to be the very best in various regions around the world. That is why I'm incredibly happy to announce that at NXT Takeover New Orleans, we will be introducing the NXT North American Championship.
Wow. That's huge.
The North American champion will carry that title with pride, continuing the tradition of bringing you the very best competitors from around the globe.
I am in the top 1%.
Saw him at NXT Takeover Philadelphia. He says he's here to change the game. He's EC3.
I knew you were a kind man when you gave me the call and the opportunity to come to the hottest brand in sports and entertainment, NXT. And I knew, absolutely, of course I did. And I knew you were a reasonable man when you rolled out the red carpet, allowing me to strut my stuff. Gave me a very lucrative contract. And I mean, and that banger of a theme song. Did you guys hear that thing? Hey! 1%. But Mr. Regal, I did not know you were so logical. To go out of your way and create a brand new championship, the NXT North American Championship, and award it to me on my very first day. You are a very smart man because you know there is only one man capable to be the representation of the greatest region in the entire world, North America. And that man is the best guy here, the best guy there, the best guy anywhere. A literal human money printing machine. That man is EC3.
Trouble. There he is, Dan. Interrupted Mr. Regal. It is the future. It's EC3. He's going to be Mr. NXT. He's here. Look at him. Look at that specimen of a man. Look at his stare. He's smirking.
James, he's got a grin on his face. He hasn't got a cigarette in his gob.
Not one man has been more hotter on the independent circuit in the past 5 years than EC3. And now he's finally come to NXT to become the North American champion. You know, I mean, his future is written here for Ethan Carter III. He looks like a star. You know, look, I've not been more impressed by some individual in NXT, I tell you, in a very long time. Well, of course, Drew McIntyre. He's on the level of Drew McIntyre and Bobby Roode right now, Dan, as he walks out here. A true superstar.
It's just a shame he's not going to win the North American Championship.
Well, he heads to the ring and said he's going to bask in the EC3 chant because he deserves it, and he does. EC3 thanks Regal for rolling out the red carpet for him and for creating a new title to hand to him on his first night. Crowd with the NX3 chant, which he really enjoyed. Regal has to interrupt and says he's incredibly happy EC3 is here, but no one is handed anything here in NXT.
He continues that the title will be fought for in a ladder match at NXT Takeover New Orleans. It will be EC3 and 5 other competitors. EC3 says Regal can line up anyone. He will show everyone why he's in the top 1% in this business. They shake hands and Regal heads off as EC3's music plays.
He is here. EC3 has arrived and he's going to change the NXT landscape for years to come. I can't believe what a huge moment we've just experienced here on NXT. We see Charlie Caruso recapping the Dusty Rhodes Tag Classic. Tonight will be Sanity versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. Also, Street Profits versus the Authors.
Well, earlier today at the WWE Performance Center, TM61 are asked about their loss in a Dusty Tag Team Classic. In the background, we see Shayna Baszler. Ember Moon suddenly shows up and the two start jawing at each other. Moon shoves her and the two start trading shots. The cameraman gets knocked down as the two swing wildly at each other. The two women will meet at TakeOver for the title.
Yeah, and then we see Selena and Andre Cien Almas making their way into the building before our next match,
which is Street Profits versus the Authors of Pain for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic semi-finals.
Yeah, the finals will be next week, and NXT will bring it to you on our live show for NXT pre-show. But today we're going to find out on this episode who are going to be the two finalists. Well, Street Profits versus Authors of Pain. I mean, I don't know. The Authors of Pain have been so tough, haven't they? You know, since their debut in NXT. There's not a lot else to say about them. You know, is it time that they go? You know, do they deserve another shot at the titles? Who do you think's favourite in this one?
It's got to be the Authors.
I think, yeah. I wouldn't mind an upset, though. You know, Street Profits. Uh-oh. And we've already started, and it's Montez Ford in there with...
Tags in Dawkins.
So Razor and Dawkins. Dawkins, the biggest man in there, height-wise. And here comes a Calm tagging in these two big men.
It's the calm before the storm.
Just a huge knees by the former NXT Tag Team Champions. The former winners of the Dusty Classic.
Irish Whip reversal. Oh, Dawkins with a lovely drop kick.
Right, now this is just turning into an all-out brawl.
A big uppercut.
Oh, Dawkins using his power from the Calm and a Razor. Oh!
Plants him.
The Calm goes for the ride. Street Profits in control at the moment. Ford has got that drink.
He's dancing around the outside.
Paul Ellering's there. And the Street Profits getting distracted.
Ellering takes some of the magic drink.
But it's letting the Authors of Pain recover. Oh!
He slaps it out of Montez Ford's hands.
And Ford's not happy about that. Oh, Montez Ford in the ring though. Not last chapter. Oh!
Gets hit with the last chapter.
1, 2, 3. And what the hell happened to that match just then? That turned into much of a nothingness. Just a quick victory of Pain. Colour me disappointed. Dan, thoughts?
Yeah, you know, it kind of again turned into something silly. You know, a bit like their last match I had with Heavy Machinery. Even though they picked up the victory in that match, but you know, it's kind of an anticlimactic end.
Yeah, I mean, not good at all, I'm afraid. Not sure what they're thinking there, but the Authors of Pain are through to the finals of the Dusty Classic.
They are indeed, yes. And backstage, Kathy Kelly speaks with Regal about who else will be in the match. Adam Cole or Velveteen Dream shows up and says that the ladder match sounds great, but it's not quite an experience until he's included in the match. Regal agrees and says he'll be the third competitor.
See, so already you got EC3, Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream. Fantastic lineup there. With next match is Lars Sullivan, and he's going against Silver. Great. Well done, James. Well, Silver locks up and is instantly thrown to the mat. Sullivan swings away on the ground. He launches that poor guy right into the second turnbuckle twice. Big splash in the corner. Sullivan with military press into a power slam. Sullivan then heads up to the top rope and hits a diamond headbutt. Freak accident finisher, and we're all done here. It was a pinfall for Lars Sullivan over a local competitor.
Well, backstage, Kathy Kelly again talks with William Regal. Sullivan walks by and Regal invites him to be in a ladder match. That sounds fantastic, Mr. Regal. Sullivan says that he wants Killian Dane, and Regal agrees to that. Regal also said Dane will be in the ladder match, so that's 5. EC3, Dane, Sullivan, Velveteen, and Adam Cole.
Oh, well, Dakota Kai makes her way out out to the ring for a match, and cameras are ended up cutting outside. What's going on here? And oh, look who it is!
Cien's attacking Alister Black.
Well, he said he wanted to beat up Alister Black, and now he's finally getting his hands on him. Look at this, Dan, your champion versus your man here, eh?
Wow, a kick. He's got to get the upper hand over Alister Black somehow. And the undisputed, undefeated, reigning heavyweight NXT champion of the world.
You're happy about this, are you? You're happy about this assault. Lucky Alister
Black. Well, he opens a cooler, plants Alister Black's face into it. That looks like there's ice in there as well.
He's trying to kill him. He's drowning. He's drowning. That's what your champion does.
Yes. Backstage staff there not knowing what to do. Dragging Alister Black to the ring.
Well, he's meant to be the NXT title. You know, he's meant to be an NXT champion, and his number one contender. This is a sad sight. Long gone the glory days of Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode. A street thuggish brawl. I don't know how you can be a fan of either men here. You know, Black looking so weak by Cien. And
he was attacked from behind, nearly drowned to death.
Exactly.
Now he's been hit with a chair.
And that's your champion. That's your champion, is it?
Yes, that is my champion.
Should be arrested.
That's not my champion. That is the champion of NXT. Nay, the world.
Will he be for long, though? Cien has just laid out Alister Black. Up next, it is the main event of today of the NXT for now, and it is the other semi-final. It's Eric Young, Alexander Wolf, our picks versus Strong and Pete Dunne. This is all up for grabs here. Our pick, Sanity.
Yes, well, as much as I do love me a bit of Pete Dunne, not too struck on Roderick Strong, but because he's teaming with Pete Dunne, he's got to be.
You were defending Roderick Strong on 205, saying he was in a fucking Cruiserweight tournament and shit. And now all of a sudden, he's going to get Sanity, a proper team. You realise he hasn't got a chance here. I don't care how good Pete Dunne is. Sanity here, Alexander Wolf, Eric Young, former tag team champions. Going to get revenge on all for the pain in the final and then finally their hands on Undisputed Era.
Roderick Strong now with a go behind, and he's kind of frustrating Wolf early on in this match. Wolf swinging his arms wildly, trying to get some separation between him and Strong.
Strong making sure Wolf can't get to his corner. Strong, nice kick there.
The Wolf picks up Strong with ease and just throws him down to the mat.
So now Eric Young and Pete Dunne both tagged themselves in. Collar and elbow tie up.
Both men trying to battle for dominance. But Pete Dunne finally gets it as he bends back the fingers of Eric Young, who throws Pete Dunne into the opposite corner. Tries following up, but gets caught sternum first into the turnbuckles. Rolled up, but only managing to get a 2 count.
2. Pete Dunne kicked to Eric Young. Alexander Wolf back in, and now another face-off. Dunne have only been part of this couple of weeks. Quite a good tag team at the moment.
They're working really well together.
And Sally, Nikki Cross now, is she? I haven't seen her yet. Not seen Kenny and Dane either.
No, it looks like Sanity aren't out here. Or the rest of Sanity, shall I say.
Arguably the two most dangerous members, isn't it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Pete Dunne going to cover, Eric Young stopping that.
Ursel throws Pete Dunne into the ropes, comes out into a big elbow from Eric Young.
Irish whip reverse, Eric Young. Wolf gets a blind tag for Young, who leaped over. Pete Dunne's got him in the abdominal stretch.
Eric Young's got Pete Dunne in the abdominal stretch. Can't remember who that was made famous by.
Someone, probably Bill Birchnader.
Wolfgang Schnoder.
Alexander Wolf's in. Take down Pete Dunne.
Hey.
Right. We're going to break. Yay. So we're back from the break, and it is semi-finals of the Dusty Road Classic. Sanity finally taken over now. Young Alexander Wolf slowly wearing down Pete Dunne. And what we've seen for Pete Dunne is his vicious side, but his heart and toughness as well. Strong looking for the tag, and Eric Young just going to wear him down. And you would say Sanity are the favourites in this, considering the success of NXT, but anything can happen, and Pete Dunne knocking Eric Young down with a forearm, tags in Roderick Strong now. Strong coming in, of course, failed in his quest to become Cruiserweight champion. Now he's here with Pete Dunne to make it to NXT Takeover.
Your order has been placed, thank you.
How long is it going to be, Dan?
1 to 60 minutes.
And now it's Pete Dunne and Strong taking over Eric Young with the chops, and the Messiah, the backbreaker, takes Eric Young down.
Oh, done off the second rope there with a kick to the sternum of Eric Young. Goes for the cover, but Eric Young managing to get his shoulder up at 2. And a hammer lock in on Eric Young. Pete Dunne is running wild, baby.
Oh, Pete Dunne just wrenching the arm back there of Eric Young.
Oh, and a big slap across the chest. Young trying to fight back, but unsuccessful.
Now Pete Dunne Irish whipping Eric Young again.
Oh, but Eric Young with a lovely bump sends him over the top. Slides in underneath Pete Dunne.
Oh.
But Dunne managing to cut him off before he manages to get a tag to Wolf.
Just stomping on the arm. Alexander Wolf just staring at Pete Dunne. Of course, Wolf is the first German-born WWE champion, yeah?
WWE champion.
Yeah, WWE champion, as in a champion of WWE. Eric Young picks up Dunne. Oh, suplexing Dunne.
And the power of Eric Young compels thee.
It does, and it looks like Pete Dunne is crying at the moment. Maybe get some sort of exorcism. Needs his partner, Roderick Strong. Alexander Wolf, like a German house rave, getting the tag in.
Wow, Eric Young tags in a big bad Wolf, who starts wailing away with Strong, and both men clubbing blows to each other.
Little pig, let Wolf come in, pushes Strong away, goes for the kick, but Roderick had it blocked.
Kick to the midsection for Wolf, where Strong walks into a big European uppercut. Oh, big knee to the midsection for Strong, fighting off both members of Sanity.
Oh, but not for too long. And Alexander Wolf, that is a beautiful himself suplex. And now going up again, getting Strong on his shoulders.
And a Death Valley driver goes for the cover. 2. Oh. Strong managing to get his shoulder up at 2.
2. Well, I don't know if that's a mistake. Wolf tagging in Young, but they're going to look, put him away. Wheelbarrow. Uppercut into the wheelbarrow neckbreaker. Oh, that is it.
1, 2. Pete Dunne in to break it up.
I thought Alexander Wolf was going outside to stop Pete Dunne. Uh-oh.
So did I for a second there. Pete Dunne tries throwing Wolf out, but Wolf catches himself on the apron.
And Wolf's not finished yet. Up on
Going
the top.
up top. Oh, but walks into a big knockout punch from Pete Dunne.
But Eric Young,
comes running across with a lovely neck breaker. Takes Pete Dunne out of the equation.
That was a thing of beauty. And now the Sanity leader going up top.
Looking for his big elbow. Try and finish this man off.
Oh.
But Strong up to his feet. Cuts Eric Young off before he can make his way to the top turnbuckle.
And now Roderick Strong wants to end this with a superplex for Eric Young. Young knows this. He's holding on for dear life.
Trying to fight away. Plants Roderick Strong face first into the mat. Can he get that big elbow this time? Bang. Oh, hits it. 1, 2.
Oh!
Shit.
Well. Well.
Strong managing to kick out.
I can't remember anybody getting a shoulder up like that. I can't remember anybody kicking out of that elbow drop. And Eric Young thinking, right, what do I do now then? You put him away and you get us a bonus point. That's what you do. Oh, Strong kicks him down. Oh.
Strong planting Eric Young with a backbreaker. Alexander Wolf comes spinning into the ring.
Oh, Pete Dunne up though. Oh. Went for the insecurity. Wolf dodged it.
Catches him looking for a German, but Dunne lands on his feet. Kicks Wolf in the head.
And Strong's got Wolf up. And a heartache to him.
Wolf rolls out of the ring.
Oh my God. Strong with a knee into Young in the corner.
That was a very innovative move by these two guys. Finish Eric Young off.
Well, it's a Pete Dunne guy. It looked like a bitter end combination. I've never seen that before. But I'm shocked. Sanity are gone, and I think the crowd are as well. Why? Why? I mean, I don't know why, but yeah, Dunne, Strong through. What are your thoughts on the match, Dan?
It was a bloody good match. Quite an entertaining one. I certainly didn't think Strong and Pete Dunne was going to get this far in the tournament, but, trying to kind of be in stand-ins for Mustache Mountain, but they bloody perform well and are actually working as a brilliant unit.
They are. So let's run through it then. So, I'll do the left-hand side. It was Street Profits versus Heavy Machinery. Street Profits won. And then, of course, Authors of Pain beat TM6 in the first round. And Authors of Pain beat Street Profits going through to the final.
And you had Tino Sabatelli going against Sanity. They lost. Sanity went through to the semis. Only Lorcan and Danny Burch went off against... Well, they were supposed to be going against Mustache Mountain. One of their... Tyler Bate was injured. So they was replaced by Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, who beat Only Lorcan and Burch. And then they've just beaten Sanity to book themselves a place in the final.
So our NXT live show that happens tomorrow night at 11 p.m, we will bring you the final of the Dusty Classic. It will be Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong versus Authors of Pain. And what a huge weekend. We're going to have a weekend of finals, basically, because we've got the final of the Dusty Classic, the final of the May Young Classic, final of the Mixed Tag Team Challenge, and, of course, the final of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament as well. The Dusty Rose would be pleased about that.
Baby. Well, backstage, Kathy looks to find out who the final participant is for the ladder match. Regal says, 1 moment. And it is, of course, my friend, Ricochet, the man who's going to win the ladder match.
Huge Ricochet chance, and he says, I'll see
A
you.
huge Ricochet chant bouncing around the ring of the arena.
And he says he'll see us at TakeOver. What a match. Ricochet is here in NXT alongside EC3 as well. What a car for TakeOver. Let's just run it. Let's just talk about the matches quickly that I can remember off the top of my head. So we've got women's tag team, women's NXT women's title match. You've got Shayna Baszler versus Ember Moon. That should be a cracking encounter.
Yes, we've got Alister Black, my man, going against Andrade Cien Almas, another one of my men, for the NXT Heavyweight Championship.
The Undisputed Era will go against the Dusty Rose Tag Classic. Match.
Yep, you've got the new title, the North American Championship, on the line in a ladder match, and there's going to be 5 competitors in that.
6 competitors.
There's going to be 6 competitors in that. It's going to be Ricochet,
EC3,
Killian Dane,
Lars Sullivan,
Velveteen Dream,
and of course my pick. I said EC3 already, haven't I?
Your pick is left with Adam Cole.
And of course, you said Velveteen, didn't you? And of course, the leader of the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole. And then for me, the true main event NXT TakeOver, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in a non-sanctioned match by NXT. If Gargano wins, he's back. If he loses, it's over forever. So what a weekend it will be. And it all starts. So that is 5 podcasts done, 2 left. And the 2 left, Dan?
They are Saturday, 7th of April, NXT TakeOver live for the pre-show at 11 p.m.
At 11 p.m. we'll be there. So an hour before, or 2 hours before TakeOver start. Oh, anyway, we'll be there at 11 p.m. That's the important thing. Make sure you follow us there. And then on Sunday, Dan?
On Sunday, it's a WNR's first ever live WrestleMania kickoff, and that starts at 10 p.m.
Yeah, what a huge weekend it is going to be. Just like to thank everybody for listening. Before I get on to that, Dan, what was better this month for you? What did you think of NXT this month?
Well, it's certainly leading towards its WrestleMania over. Yeah, it was very entertaining. I'll give it that. You know, I'd like to have seen a bit more Velveteen Dream in action, a bit more of Alistair Black in action as well. You know, maybe even a match for Ricochet and or EC3 as well. You know, just getting us used to what they can do in the ring.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you, but it just they felt like it ran out of time, and hopefully the next set of tapings, we're going to, after some call-ups as well, we're going to see Ricochet and EC3 truly shine, leading up to, you know, what I mean, like NXT Brooklyn 4 and all these other events as well. So the future's still there. After doubting NXT for a little while, it delivered. What was better, though, 205 Live or NXT?
I have to say it was 205 Live.
Yeah,
They've been delivering in-ring week after week now, and I'm getting even more impressed with 205.
Yeah, I got to say that I enjoyed NXT. Don't get me wrong, I do like the stories in NXT, but the kind of disappointment of the semi-final match with the Authors of Pain and the Street Profits compared to what we saw in the semi-final matches of the 205 Live Cruiserweight tournament, it's night and day, really. But that is it. And to our live shows, we have done for now. Don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at WWE Network Review or
at Vince McDan, WWE.
I'm at J_Rollins. We've also got a friend on Twitter.
Yes, we got a friend on Twitter, Mini Chris Benoit, and he's just trying to make the world a better place, and you can follow him at Mini Chris Benoit.
Across all the Google platforms, WWE Network Review and Google Plus, send us an email at WNRpodcast@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook.
Facebook, come and find our page and give us a like with the WWE Network Review podcast, or you can come and find me and add me as a friend. I am Vince McDan. Subscribe
to our YouTube channel, WWE Net Review Podcast there. Clips go up daily. Podcasts go up same time to do other places like SoundCloud.
On your phone.
We're also on Spreaker Radio. We've got a live shows, of course, tomorrow, April 7th and then April 8th. Stitcher Radio and iTunes, where you can download, subscribe, rate and review there. But that is it. As always, I was joined by...
Dan White.
No, I have been James Rowlands. As always, I was joined by...
Dan White.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And let's start this huge live weekend. Bye.
Bye.